So once again, I see a video with Terrence Howard and Joe Rogan, and Joe is asking him about black holes. And he's like, no, I don't believe in black holes. Terrence said that, that energy has to go somewhere. And he describes a primer field, which is what I talk about in my videos, okay? The primer field is where the tornado at the center of the eye, it implodes non-destructively. That means it doesn't just explode. It goes through the center and flips around. It transforms beyond the speed of light. That's why we call it a black hole, because we can't see it. It's beyond visible light spectrum. It goes through the center, comes back around into a torus field, flower of life shape. It's spinning in all different directions, but it's organized. It has geometric symmetry. And this is what our world is.
Yeah, that and other crazy shit coming up today. I have found, without a doubt, my favourite flat earther. This lady, Carrie, Apothecary, is batshit, absolutely insane crazy. And as you just seen, thinks Terrence Howard is smart. Yes, she thinks Terrence Howard, the dumbest person in the world, is smart. Yes. So we're going to cover her for more today. In fact, for 4 hours, because you guys reached the super chat goal yesterday. And so I have to do that. I can't wait. It's going to be great fun. Now, this is a live stream. If you're watching this after the fact, then I'm about to play an intro. And a lot of comments are, oh, I don't want to watch a 90-second intro. Well, skip it. Okay? For you, I'm telling you right now, hit that button a few times on the right side of the screen. Go forward. Skip 90 seconds. You don't have to watch the intro because you're not here with the live stream. Now, if you're here in the live stream before a lot of the other people join from notifications, then you're going to have to watch the intro, which means there's a rule. The rule is, and it's a very, very simple rule, you dance. And if you don't dance, I will know 2 things will happen. 1, you won't get a cookie. 2, you will get Daniel Pratt.
Flat Earth expert Mark Sargent thinks the moon landing was a hoax.
Technically, the moon itself is a hoax.
Right, but betting with Sportsbet's new iPhone app?
I could do this standing on my head.
Thanks, Gravity. Sportsbet's new iPhone app. It's foolproof.
The FTFE show. Welcome to the FTFE show. Welcome to the FTFE show. Earth thinks that evolution is real. Chemtrails don't exist, vaccines work. Climate change is happening, we landed on the moon. The FTFE show. Welcome to the FTFE show. Welcome to the FTFE show. It's not alright. Baby, it's not alright.
We're living on a disk, floating through space, with a tiny sun.
Hello everyone, thank you for joining me once again as we delve into the world of dumb people. And by dumb people, I specifically mean people that think the earth is flat, which means they're not just dumb, but uber dumb. Like, amoebas are orders of magnitude smarter than flat earthers. I'm not going to be nice. If you think the earth is flat, you're stupid. You're thick. You're moronic. Right? There's something actually wrong in your brain. You're not smart. You are dumb. And this lady that I have found, Apothecary, thank you, Rubiks, for throwing that at me. Hold on. Rubiks, yeah, thanks for showing me Apothecary. Did you like the gift I got you? Okay, well, it's a stale bit of bread, but it's still a gift. God, you're going to be ungrateful. I'll take it back, for fuck's sake. Rubiks is not trapped in my basement making shorts with Bill Tetley down there. I don't know how Bill got in, but he's not getting out. Urbanek for 25 PlayStation Network dollar says, good luck, lol. Crow, Carol, Coopy, Carol, Carolina, Coralie, Kaluru, Coloroa we go. What did I just say? I'm worried when you make me say things that I don't know what I'm saying. We are in for a 4-hour stream tonight. Because yesterday I did a super chat goal, and you wonderful people met that super chat goal because you are amazing. I do appreciate the support more than you could ever understand. So YouTube algorithms kicked me in the butt a bit, so we've been lower numbers than usual, but I'm getting back into doing a lot more stuff coming out. And the best way to help the channel, believe it or not, isn't necessarily a super chat or anything. It is sharing the channel outside of YouTube. If YouTube sees you take the URL and post it somewhere else, it likes it, it smiles, it gets happy. So if you could share this video, this stream, it will massively help the channel. If you're not already, please subscribe. If you are here, hit the like button. I'll be upset if you don't hit the like button. If you want a super chat, that'd be absolutely fantastic. It does mean the world to me. If you super chat, 70% goes to me, 30% to YouTube. And you can also gift a membership. Or become a member yourself. However, if you don't want to give YouTube any money and you do want to support me, you can also gift at youtube.me/FTFE. Of course, it is not mandatory, but it is massively appreciated and really, really helps the channel. But please do go and share. Right, let's get into the stupid. I want to say thank you. Thank you so much for you all being here. Enjoy the dumb. Why is the button to change not working? Oh, look, I haven't even set it up. I left the thing on from yesterday. I need to change this. 1 second. It's alright. I'm a professional. There we go.
Not walking on the outside of the world, on the sphere. So once again, I see a video with Terrence Howard and Joe Rogan, and Joe is asking him about black holes.
I don't know about you, but that sounds like hell. If I saw a video with Terrence Howard and Joe Rogan, I wouldn't just not watch it, I would delete it. And I don't care that I don't own the video, I would still somehow find a way to delete it. That sounds like the worst video ever. Yet she thinks they're both really smart.
And he's like, no, I don't believe in black holes. Terrence said that, you know, that energy has to go somewhere. And he describes a primer field, which is what I talk about in my videos, okay? The primer field is where the tornado at the center.
I can assure you, Terrence Howard neither knows or has ever talked about a primer field. He has no clue what that is. He's not smart enough to know what a primer field is, even though it's not really a thing, is it? Terrence Howard isn't smart. He thinks 1 times 0 is 1. I know.
For the eye, it implodes non-destructively. Non-destructively, that means it doesn't just explode. It goes through the center and flips around. It transforms beyond the speed of light. That's why we...
How? Why? What mechanism? Why is it doing this? How do you know? Where's your tests to show this is a thing?
Call it a black hole because we can't see it. It's beyond visible light spectrum. It goes through the center, comes back around into a torus field, flower of life shape. It's spinning in all different directions, but it's organized. It has geometric symmetry.
Again, how do you know? Right? If you're claiming that this is a model of some kind and you know then this is what it is, how do you know? Where did you get this information?
And this is what our world is. We're not walking on the outside of the world, on the sphere. We're on the inside, on the accretion disk around the vortex. And I've shown you these pictures of the primer field, how this works, okay? The only difference is that Terrence Howard...
Ladies and gentlemen, she has shown us some pictures of primer fields. However, if we show her a picture, you know, from space, that's not good enough, is it? It's one standard for morons like this and another for us. Except our standard has to be evidence backed up by evidence, backed up by evidence, backed up by evidence. Theirs is, well, a dude said that and showed a picture.
Will not say our world is flat, that we live on the flat plane. He will not say that. Now, this is extremely frustrating for me because, as I said, we're talking about exactly the same things. Listen, if you believe in...
I don't think Terrence Howard thinks the Earth is flat. He's stupid, like monumentally dumb, but he might be smarter than flat earthers. That's not really hard, is it? Anyway, the Turtle Moves for £5 says, I'm Craig O'Neill, and I promised to release It's a Rubiks in time for New Year. Haha, my name's not Craig O'Neill. Na 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 na. You got it wrong. I don't have to do it. It's not legally binding. Rubiks is not getting out anyway. I will give them a single pigs in blanket on New Year's Eve. They can have that, and I might even throw down the cork from the bottle of Prosecco if they behave. Thank you for the super chat, Turtle Moves. I want to remind you though that it was a bit of a waste, because you can use your super chats to make me say whatever you want, including making me insult myself in any way, shape or form. Don't waste your money. Make me say something stupid. The internet's forever.
Galaxies, then you believe in the flat plane primer field model of the world. It's just that simple. That's what a galaxy is. It sits on...
Random dude on the internet says, Craig, can you give us a summary rundown of everything she's said so far? Because I'm hella confused. Right, so she said that Terrence Howard and Joe Rogan are smart. Black holes aren't real. Fields implode and go faster than the speed of light. What was that last bit?
Talking about exactly the same things. Listen, if you believe in galaxies, then you believe in the flat plane primer field model of the world.
And she thinks that a galaxy is a flat plane, which is clearly not. I mean, the galaxy's like, I don't know, something like 150,000 light years wide at the edge. That's not flat. Janos Takos for 400 Huff says, breaking news. Huge uprising in Iran. Javid Shah. Is that real? I mean... Ooh. There does seem to be shit going on in Iran. I don't know what that means, if it's good or bad. Apparently there's something going on in Iran.
It's just that simple. That's what a galaxy is. It sits on a flat plane. The galaxy itself is not flat. No one is saying the galaxy is flat. We're saying it's sitting on a flat plane.
Except it's not, because it like bulges in the middle, right? And then is like flat at the edges, right? But not flat overall. And it's not even really flat in like... I mean, it's not round. But it's... Well, I mean, the bit in the middle is a supermassive black hole. But the galaxy is not flat. It's not like a flat disc. It's like a big bulge with like disc coming out from... Nothing you're saying is correct. You hurt my brain. Please make it stop.
And at the center is a black hole. What is a black hole? It's just where energy is moving faster than the speed of light.
No. Black hole is where space-time only ever turns back in on itself. So the path that light travels can never escape. That's caused by extremely dense matter warping space-time extremely severely. Not what you said. I'll be honest, I don't know what you said.
So, if you're truly wanting to get to the bottom of reality in our world, and you want to know the truth, then you should study it. And you should realize that there's a reason why people like Joe Rogan refuse to listen to the two words flat earth, because he was onto it. He started saying that the NASA astronaut moon landing thing was all fake, and then they threatened to take his show away from him.
That never happened. Of all the things that have never happened, that never happened the most. Be honest, if Joe Rogan started saying the earth is flat, it would probably do really fucking well for his show. His producers don't mind him saying crazy things. It's very viral. But he does not think the earth is flat. He may not be an extremely smart man, even though he has the world's most successful podcast and is probably close to being a billionaire. But he certainly doesn't think the earth is flat. He can tie his shoelaces in the morning. You can't.
And so now he disses it. But yet he's sitting there talking to Terrence Howard, who's saying exactly the same thing I'm saying. But Terrence is not using the phrase flat earth. And there's probably a good reason for that. Okay?
I would say the good reason is because he doesn't think the earth is flat.
So I'm giving you a heads up. They're trying to tell you the true nature of reality and the world. Maybe they're trying, maybe they're not. Maybe it's just that they're stupid. Maybe they're really, really smart until they get to the point where they apply what they're saying to the actual world. I don't know.
Here's the crazy shit, guys. She thinks that she's smart and we're the dumb ones. She thinks she understands the world and we don't. She thinks she understands science and we don't. She unironically thinks that she is the smart person in the room. It's unbearable.
Why? I don't know why they would know all of these things. Terrence would know all these things and then not see that it applies to our world. That it makes perfect sense, and it's not crazy and it's not stupid. So
it is crazy. It is stupid. You're crazy. You're stupid. Why won't you come and have a chat with me? Leave another comment.
Ask yourself why the things that I talk about are the same things he's talking about, but he's not going to mention the flat earth. Ask yourself why that is. I'm not trying to be...
Because he doesn't think the earth is flat. It's very fucking simple. You think everyone thinks the earth is flat, or they should, because you're a fucking moron. And now I'll give you that Terrence Howard is also a fucking moron. And Joe Rogan's not far behind. Conspiracy nut job. Right? But they don't think the earth is flat. Because they don't need a carer to go outside like you do.
A famous person known for
Hey Max, how you doing?
Talking about the flat earth and primer fields and shit like that. I'm just trying to spread awareness. And
Little Wolf's Den says, well, she is the only person in the room, so she is the smartest person. No. Here's the thing. Even though she's the only person in the room, she's still the dumbest person in the room. Everyone in the room is smarter than her, even though there's no one else there. By default, she is the dumb. She is the measure by which we test other people's dumb.
and share information. And what I'm noticing now is that there are a lot of people out there that are trying to share this information, but they're not brave enough to talk about what it actually means and how it applies to our world. Now, people come back at me and say all of these things about phenomenon, like, you can't explain how ships disappear over the horizon. The flat Earth model doesn't even have a model, and the flat Earth sun disappearing, it can't be explained, or the star trails can't be explained. Every single thing can be explained.
Then explain it. Mechanically, give us an explanation of how it works. Because my model of the universe can explain every single phenomenon that exists in the universe. Precisely, mathematically, every time, without fail. And we can be more and more accurate as we go on. You can't do that. You don't have a model. Stop lying to people, you horrific person.
I've explained it. Other people have explained it. So those people that say that obviously haven't done their research. And they obviously don't understand how two models that are opposite of each other or inversions of each other can explain the same phenomenon.
Yeah, they can do, but yours doesn't. You do not have an explanation for any of the things that you said. You have batshit crazy nonsense that doesn't mean anything because you're a fucking moron. And your parents dropped you on your head as a child several fucking times. N of 4, $2.79 Canadian says the bacteria in the room with her is smarter. Yeah, I agree, 100%. Docs and Green Light for $2 says, I love the decorative toilet paper roll behind you. You can't say that about the flag that I've totally hung the correct way. Thank you once again. You are mopped. Where's my mouse? Oh, there it is.
I guess they just don't realize that. But if you bothered to do your research, you would know that you can explain how the southern star trails work on the flat plane model of the world in a primer field in a dielectric world as perspective. You would understand.
No, you can't. You start saying a bunch of sciencey sounding words and then just said perspective, like that means anything. You cannot explain how there are different sets of stars that rotate in opposite directions from our point of view on the Earth. It's not a thing. You do not have a prediction of anything that could happen. Use your model and tell me when and where the next shadow of the eclipse will be. No? Then you don't have a fucking model. You have some harebrained nonsense. Also, your roots need doing.
And the 24 hours of daylight in Antarctica, you would understand how people could circumnavigate a flat circle. I don't know why people don't get that, but you would.
Because of what circumnavigate means. It means going around the globe. And a flat disc is not a globe. Random dude on the internet asks, Craig, do you think this girl even knows, remembers, or realises what she says? Because she sounds like she has dementia. She definitely has some form of stupid disease. Andreas Eldritch for 100 secs. Oh, wait, I haven't put her back on. Says, just remember that you're standing on a planet that's ever-loving, that's evolving and revolving at 900 miles an hour, that's orbiting at 19 miles a second, so it's reckoned a sun that is the source of all our power. Yes, I agree.
Understand how compasses don't work on a sphere. And what's funny about that is how people could circumnavigate a flat circle. I don't know why people don't get that, but you would understand how compasses don't work on a sphere.
Or maybe, just maybe you don't understand how a compass works. Because a compass will work on any shape. It doesn't matter. Because a compass simply aligns itself with a magnetic, the flow of a magnetic field, the flux. Right, magnetic fields have lines of flux. Right, and they literally flow from one pole to the other. And that's what's happening in our planet. There's a flow of the magnetic field. And the compass just aligns with that flow. And it really doesn't matter what the shape is. The magnetic field will do the same thing.
And what's funny about that is people go, yeah, but they do work on a sphere because we're on a sphere. You're assuming we're on a sphere and then saying that compasses work on the sphere that you just assume exists. But then you say that a compass doesn't work on a flat plane when obviously people on a ship that are trying to plot a course are doing it on a flat table on a map with a compass.
Yeah, not all the time. There's literal kind of globes that attached to machines that are the map that they use, where a bit of the globe will protrude out of the machine to show you where you are. You can do it on a map when you have your transformations, and it's very handy because maps are very easy to transport and use. But you are assuming that because a map is flat, therefore the Earth is flat. But it's not. Because you could just measure the Earth and see. You fucking idiot.
Okay. The magnet at the center, if you're using a compass, it's always going to point toward the center. That's what north is. It's not up. And if you were on a sphere and you had a compass and it was like this on the side of the sphere, like that, and it's pointing up, that's not north. That's not where the North Pole is.
Except on a sphere, that's where the North Pole is. Sphere. Right? Not hard. North. Well, it's kind of tilted like that, right? North. South. The magnetic field flows from here to there. From here to there. From here to there. So wherever you are on the Earth, the compass, so you're down here, right, the compass, all it will do is it will align with the flow toward, which is flowing that way. So if you're on the equator, it's going to be like that. If you're in the north, it's going to be like that, because the flow of the magnetic field. You don't understand something, and therefore you assume that everyone else is stupid because of that. That's a you problem, and you trying to make it other people's problem. The turtle moves for £2 says, from the word salad, is she Witsit's new girlfriend? I don't think Witsit's ever going to have a girlfriend again, because every time he maybe gets a girl, his ex-wife's going to contact them. That's for fucking sure. But I do want to say once again, you just fucking wasted your super chat. No, Cracker, I haven't seen Dick yet. Without context, you might not know what I'm talking about there.
On a sphere, it would be that way. On a flat plane, it's always toward the center. So I'm not going to get into all the phenomenon in this video. I could be here for years doing that. But I did want to bring this to your attention, that if you pay attention to what Terrence Howard is saying, understand he's talking about primer fields. He's talking about how a flat plane exists inside of a vortex that is a double torus field above and below, as you.
So we don't just have one torus field, guys. We have two torus fields for some reason. Don't know what's generating these torus fields or why it's there. It just is, because she said so. You notice how she's just assuming all these things and saying therefore it is, whilst accusing other people of doing that about the globe, except we've got the measurements to back up our claims.
Saw in the pictures that I posted. And in between those two torus fields is a flat plane. That is where life flourishes. That's how you're able to stand up and walk around, which is something you cannot do on a spinning ball in a vacuum.
You can certainly do it on the Earth, in space, because we're in space. Everything is in space. Get in the car, Morty. There's no problem. Thanks, gravity. I mean, she's just saying things. There's no explanations in any of it.
I'm not getting into explaining the.
Guys, please just take a second and read what it says there. Flat Earth is comprehensive science. Research, so you don't look stupid. Now, that sounds like a bit of an attack if you don't think the Earth is flat, right? A bit of a harassment.
I'm not getting into explaining the flat Earth because there are so many people who have already done comprehensive videos that explain every single topic.
Show us. Show us these videos. You fucking liar.
That has to do with how the flat Earth actually works inside the toroidal field. And all you have to do is do your own research. You can't argue with someone in TikTok by constantly throwing all of these things out like, well, you can't, obviously on a flat Earth, you would have 24 hours of daylight. No, you wouldn't.
Yes, you would. Because the sun would have nowhere to go. Perspective does not make things disappear bottom up on a flat surface. If the Earth is flat, that means the water is flat, which means no horizon. There's a horizon, therefore the water is not flat. Apparently I was supposed to sing that super chat from Andreas Eldritch, but I don't know what song that is. Plastic System for $2 says, no super chat is worthless, but I must tell you that... That's all it says. Every username for £2 says, what happened to us that people believe this? Yeah, we fucked up somewhere, didn't we? Can we go back and try again? I feel like that would be a good way to go, actually, is going back and trying to fucking again, you know. Yeah, Older Man in the chat says, flat Earth is comprehensive science. That's about as stupid a statement as you get. You're not wrong. It's a Rubiks for $2 says, it's a Monty Python's reference. I'm ashamed with you. What do you mean you're ashamed with me? I can't remember everything. Do you think you're getting water tomorrow? Oh, bless. Yeah, I don't remember that song. Which I'm blanking on which Monty Python that's from. I'm so sorry. Monty Python want this funny. Says every username for £2. Yeah, Monty Python is very funny, but I have seen all Monty Python, but I just really don't remember that song right now. Oh, they're trying to get a liver song. Right, okay. I remember now. I can't remember how the song goes, but I do remember it.
Because the sun spotlights one side of this disc and then moves around to the other side of the disc. There are seasons that are created through the sun spiraling inward and outward. There is a way to explain these things because...
How? How can the sun spiral inward and outward and cause the seasons when the seasons happen differently around the world at different times? What mechanism is causing the sun to spiral inward and outward? There's an acceleration and a deceleration, which are both accelerations. That requires a force. I'll listen to it later, Andreas Eldritch, I promise. RageBot, $5 says, you're number one. Thank you very much. I really appreciate it. I don't know what I'm number one at, though. Could you tell me? The Canadian Space Advocate says, listening to this woman is painful. You are not wrong. It is, the dumb is bad. The dumb hurts. There was somewhere in this woman's life where someone said, oh, you're really, really smart. And she took that to heart. Right? They were probably just being nice. Right? Like, she'd probably stuck some chewing gum to a stick and then used that to pick something up. And someone went, oh, aren't you smart? And she thought, I'm a fucking genius. And she'd carried that with her for the rest of her life.
The flat Earth is the original model that was inverted into the heliocentric model. You
Not.
take something, you flip it inside out, like you take a flat plane and you turn it into a spinning ball that's at an angle on an axis.
I don't know if she knows what flipping inside out means. You can't flip a flat disc inside out. The stupid is intense. It really is. Inu for 279 says she beats Vogan poetry. Yeah. I'm going to read some Vogan poetry and we're going to see what's worse. Like jowling meated liver slime grump, I implore thee, my funting turling dromes, and hoopertitiously dangle me with crinkly bindle wordles. Spoken poetry is, of course, the third worst poetry in the world, in the universe, actually.
And then everything revolves around it, and then it revolves around the sun. You see, it's all inverted. So it's not that the flat earth theory is wrong and ridiculous. It's that it is the inversion of the heliocentric model. So you can
No, let me correct you there. It is that the flat earth theory is stupid and ridiculous. It's fucking insane. It's dumb. It's incredibly fucking stupid. There's nothing intelligent about it at all. There's no cohesiveness to it. There's no explanation. It cannot predict a single fucking thing ever. It does not explain anything. You're a fucking moron. Stop spreading lies on the internet. You should be ashamed of yourself, you old bint. The Turtle Moose for £2 says she's nuts, but she makes more sense than Trump. Just fact checked. You're correct.
can't prove it wrong. All you can do is go and try to find flaws in one of these two models that will somehow convince everyone that one model is right and one is wrong.
Well, there's no flaws in the globe model. None. It explains everything. There is not a single flaw. You might not understand something. That doesn't make it a flaw. You are just stupid.
Do you understand? Two conventions can explain the same phenomenon. They are inversions of each other. They both use math, logic, reason to explain their theory. But flat Earth is not a theory. It's what galaxies are. It's how galaxies are made. They're flat planes.
I genuinely want her to try and tell me the difference between a planet, a solar system, a galaxy, and a universe. Because I don't think she understands any of the words that she's using. Look at how crazy she fucking looks.
Galaxies are inside of torus fields. The universe is a torus field. So if you accept that and understand that that a galaxy is a flat plane, then you must understand how the flat Earth is a flat plane inside of a torus field. It's the exact same thing.
No, just right. Even assuming you're right about what the Earth is, it's a flat plane inside a torus field, right? Just because that looks like something else doesn't mean it's the same thing. That's not how this works. That's not how any of this fucking works. Oh. What do you think, Vlad?
Honestly, this is what I believe. Neil deGrasse Tyson is a flat earther. Either A, he knows it, B, he doesn't know it. But here's what I know, is that he is backing away from, he's beginning to back away from the shit we could just set his ass on fire about. Because he doesn't want to go up against an Eric Dubé or a Bro Sanchez or a Blacklight, anybody like that. He doesn't want to go up against them because now you're going to have to compare oranges to our oranges.
Put a fucking shirt on, Vlad.
It's exactly the same thing. But you haven't done your research, so you don't understand how it works. That's the difference. See, you can sit here and tell me all day long, well, the heliocentric model says blah, blah, blah. Well, I know that. I studied the heliocentric model just like you did.
No, you didn't. You've never studied the heliocentric model. I bet you don't know what heliocentric means and the difference between heliocentric and barycentric. You have never studied the maths, the physics, the science behind it. You got told the Earth was a globe, but you've never studied it. You also got told the Earth is flat, and then you went down a fucking rabbit hole and believed it. But there's nothing to back up anything that you say.
Taught that in school. So I had to drop my ego and my programming, and I had to go, okay, let's look at the flat earth theory and see what they're trying to say. You can't go, oh, that's stupid, you're ridiculous, and not even research it, because you don't.
I did research it. It's fucking bullshit. Not a single measurement, experiment, picture, video, explanation, prediction, test, brain cell amongst anything in flat earth. The best thing to come out of flat earth is ex-flat earthers. Like Jaren.
No, unless you research it, right? So this is the problem. People just instantly regurgitate, just like Christians regurgitate shit from the Bible when they don't actually know what they're talking about, because they haven't actually done their own research. They haven't studied Hebrew or Aramaic, and they've just listened to somebody regurgitate stuff to them. And
I will pretty much guarantee you've never studied Hebrew or Aramaic. If I showed you some Hebrew text and some Aramaic text, you wouldn't be able to tell me the difference between them.
they blather these things, but they don't know what they're actually saying. So it's the same thing with the flat earth theory. You need to study it. You need to research it. You cannot expect someone to teach you an entire theory. That's like me teaching you the heliocentric model in a couple of TikTok videos or 2 sentences in the comments section. No, that doesn't work. You got to do your own work. And if you don't...
And just in case you're wondering, by do your own research, she means watch someone else's shitty YouTube video. That's what she means by do your own research. She's never done her own research. She's never, like, reached out to academics, studied and tested. She's watched some shitty YouTube videos. That's her research. The last time she was in a school was detention because she was chewing gum from underneath the table instead of paying attention in maths.
want to, don't. It's up to you. But don't think that you can say something like, ships disappear over the horizon because we're on a curve. That just makes you look stupid, because ships disappear for another reason. They go beyond your vision, your point of vision.
No, they don't. They disappear bottom first over a curve. Your vision doesn't work like you are saying. Right? If a ship disappears because of your vision, then the stars that you can see near the horizon must, by your logic, be closer than the ship. Yeah. Shedsy in the chat. Everyone say hi, Shedsy. Sheedsy. Shedsy. Shahadzi. I don't know how the fuck do you say it.
You know, and if you're 75,000 miles up and the horizon is flat for thousands and thousands of miles,
It's not.
then how do you explain a ship disappearing over the curve 3 miles away from you?
But it's not. When you go up, the horizon curved. The higher you rise, the more the horizon curves. It's not hard to understand. Oh, for you it is. I get it, because you're a fucking moron.
Right. You need to think it through. So if you're very genuinely interested in the flat earth theory, then look it up. Look up Eric DeBay and Jaredism on YouTube and things like that.
Please do look up Jarenism. 100% look up Jarenism. do that. Jeranism explains the flat earth perfectly. Like, Jaren is in fact the best person to explain exactly what flat earth is.
And actually research it for yourself. If you're
But Eric Dubay, no, he's just a dipshit.
not interested, then I'm begging you, as a human being, Horizon is flat for thousands and thousands of miles, then how do you explain a ship disappearing over the curve 3 miles away from you? Right, you need to think it through. So if you're very genuinely interested in the flat earth theory, then look it up. Look up Eric Dubay and Jaredism on YouTube and things like that, and actually research it for yourself.
Okay, so she just told you what researching it for yourself is. It's watching an Eric Dubay video and just parroting something like the horizon's flat, when it's not. The horizon is not flat. It never has been flat. The horizon's there because of a curve. At exactly eye level, the horizon will appear the same level all around you because it's equidistant from you, because we are on a sphere and it's a cross section.
If you're not interested, then I'm begging you, as a human being to another human being, don't troll people and throw ridiculous shit out there, because, you know, it's infuriating enough that we're trying to help people understand that the world model was inverted in 1700 by the Jesuits, okay?
That never happened. They didn't think the earth was flat before the 1700s. I don't think you even know what a Jesuit is. They're a sect of Christianity, and I don't think you understand that. The Turtle Move says at least she's not suggesting watching Santos videos. Not in this one, but she certainly does do that quite often.
Vatican, the people that do terrible things to little children and created mass wars and, you know, murdered billions of people. They're the ones that started this globe concept.
No, a couple of thousand years ago, bunch of dudes measured it with sticks. Random dude on the internet says, Craig. How does she expect us to research it when Flerfs can't even agree what the model is between each other? How do they expect us to research and understand it, or for them to prove it? That's the thing. They don't understand that none of them even agree on anything. Like, she just quoted Jeranism and Eric Dubay, who had fundamentally different ideas about what the flat earth was. They're an order of Catholic priests. Yeah, which is a sect of Christianity, right? Catholicism is Christianity. So a bunch of priests are like, you know, of Catholicism. They're still part of Christianity. I don't think she understands that.
When all of the ancient peoples understood what a torus field was, they understood
Got any evidence of
that
that?
we were living on a flat plane. They understood the science behind it. Like,
so apparently ancient people understood the science behind torus fields. Well, please explain this fucking science.
they were not stupid, okay? So
You're stupid. You are fucking stupid.
do some research or don't. But don't harass people. I mean, life is hard enough, right? I'm not getting in.
All right, Ernie, yeah, all right. Not a sect or whatever, but they were part of Christianity, okay? That's my point. I think she thinks Jesuits were Jews. I want to check something. I thought she might have a specific video about Jeranism. But apparently not.
they keep taking this video down, so I'm pissing people off, man, but I'm going to do it again. First of all, thanks for pointing.
You're not really pissing anyone off. I'm a little annoyed that you think that you can spread misinformation so freely without any consequences. But you're not pissing anyone off. We're just laughing at you because you're a fucking idiot.
Pointing out that relativity is not a law. Sure, I made a mistake. I said the law of relativity. Most people say that, but it's a principle, and all you're doing is helping me out.
No one says the law of relativity. There's the law of gravity, but no one says the law of relativity. Relativity is a framework.
By saying that. Secondly, yeah, I didn't put a dot between my 9 and 8, 1 on the equation there, but I'm not talking about the accuracy of that equation. I'm talking about when you put a variable into that equation and the variable is 0 because a magnet has 0 energy. It is at 0 point energy and 0 point gravity.
Who told you that a magnet has 0 energy? Where did you get that from? I don't think anyone would ever agree with that. Those are just words that don't mean anything. Random dude on the internet says, Craig. I bet you this girl is one of those astral crystal new age tarot card life force energy universe prayer people. You would be right. She thinks she can astral project onto 3i Atlas.
0 point mass. Electromagnetic fields have 0 point gravity, 0 point mass. You can use an electromagnetic field.
Those are not phrases. 0 point mass, 0 point gravity. Those are not things.
To generate a gravitational field, allegedly. But listen, this is a field to generate a gravity, 0 point mass. Electromagnetic fields have 0 point gravity, 0 point mass. You can use an electromagnetic field to generate a gravitational field, allegedly.
No, you can't. No one's ever said that. What the fuck are you talking about? What a lot of fucking nonsense. I like this guy's comment. What grade did you get in vector calc? Right, Carrie says, what is false about this? Everything. Literally everything you said, Carrie. Come chat with me. Live.
But listen, this is about how a magnetic field destroys E equals mc squared, gravity, and thermodynamics. I'm trying to do this video again to see if they take it down. It pissed a lot of people off because, well, I'll let you figure that part out. But, so I was corrected on these things because, you know, I'm attacked and because they think I'm a dumb blonde, but...
Well, you are. You are a fucking dumb blonde. You don't know anything. You're stupid. Like, you're literally fucking retarded, okay?
Listen, I'm telling you what I learned from Nigel Hand years ago in his videos. And if you think for yourself, there's not much to this.
Who the fuck is Nigel Hand? I no. Anyone know who Nigel Hand is? Zoomside says Nigel Cheese Hands. Oh, do you reckon Carrie's watching this one? She hasn't blocked this account yet.
You don't have to be a rocket scientist to understand this or a great mathematician. You're just inserting variables, and the variable is 0. So E equals 0. So E, 0, equals mc squared. Well, this constant is the speed of light, is what I put down.
What?
So E equals 0. So E, 0 equals mc squared. Well, this constant is...
You can't just change what the things mean in the equations. E is the answer. If it was 0, then the other variables would have to add up to 0. Giving the answer a number and then saying, well, that doesn't match, doesn't debunk it. What the
the speed of light is what I put down there, right? So the constant has to be multiplied times something that equals 0. The mass has to be 0. 0 equals 0. That's the only way you can work that out. If the magnet is equal to 0. And I'm not talking about the actual piece of metal magnet. I'm talking about the electromagnetic field is 0 point energy.
Those are not words that make any sense in that particular order. You are not saying coherent things, Carrie. Desperately want to fucking chat to her on stream, man. Like, more than I can explain.
Okay? And gravity, the equation for that is F equals ma equals mg equals 9.81 meters per second.
No, it's not. That's
Squared. So
9.8.
that works out to F equals 0 times 0 equals 9.81 meters per second squared. How does that work?
No. Right, okay, so the 9.81 meters per second squared is the average acceleration towards the ground on Earth, right? F is the force. Ma means mass times acceleration. And as the acceleration is gravitational, we can just change the A to a G. It's the same thing. So it's mass times gravity, the gravitational acceleration. The G there, the acceleration, is the 9.81 meters per second squared. So the mg doesn't equal 9.81 meters per second squared. The G, just the A, the same thing, that equals 9.81 meters per second squared. That's the acceleration. That's not the force. You're saying there the force is an acceleration, which is all kinds of fucking wrong. Wow. The stupid burns. I need a second there. Right, let's just take a second. We've been streaming for about an hour or so. I want to say thank you to everyone being here. We've got Galactus in the stream. Says, long time since I watched one of these live streams. FTFE seems to have lost a bunch of weight. Looking good. Thank you very much. I put the weight on these instead. These are called pythons. Yeah, I did. I thank you very much. I lost a hell of a lot of weight. Pretty much half my body weight. And I hit the gym a lot. So yeah, I'm now big and strong in a good way. So thank you, everyone. So we've been here for an hour. I want to say thank you for watching. If you are here and you haven't smashed the like button, then go and do that for me. But also take a second and share the stream if you can. One of the best ways to share the stream is if you just look out your window right now and you see a person outside. Do you see them? Yeah. All right, open the window. Shout at them. Oi. Say, oi, hello. Yeah, bring them over. Yeah. Okay. Now grab them by the collar. Don't let them go. Take their phone. Right, have you got it? Right. Unlock it. It needs their thumbprint. Well, grab their hand. Unlock it. Right, cool. Now, go onto YouTube. They haven't got it. Or download the app. Okay. Right, now you've got YouTube on their phone. Find my channel and subscribe to me. What do you mean they don't have a YouTube account? Right, well, open their Google and create a YouTube account. There should be like a Gmail. What do you mean they only use Outlook? Oh, for fuck's sake. Right, well, just create a random Google account, okay? And then use that to create a YouTube account on their phone. Once you've done that, find my channel and subscribe to it. What do you mean they went away? The police are coming. Oh. You know what? Just share the channel on your socials instead. That might be better, actually. Yeah, don't do the other thing. I think that might be assault. Don't do that. Princess Censor for 25 PlayStation Network dollars says, does she think point is a unit of measurement when she reads out numbers with commas? She doesn't think. No. Sumi Side has just DM'd me Nigel Hand's video. Oh god. Well, this looks like someone I need to look up. Thank you, Zumi. Appreciate it. Yeah, guys, I'm just a bit worried, actually. If you may want to, like, hide. If you did what I just said, then the police are coming, for sure. Look, I don't know you. I was busy. We've never met. Okay?
Work out. If F equals 0, and mass acceleration and mass and gravity equals 0, how is that equal to 9.81 meters per second squared?
None of what you've written there makes sense. It is not correct. The A, the G, they're the same thing. MA equals mg, right? So force equals mass times acceleration. The acceleration is gravitational, so you can replace the G with A. So MA equals mg. They're the same thing, which means A equals G. Okay? And that, the G is 9.8. The mass is different. That equation is like F equals MA. That can help you find the force of something, right? So if you know the mass of something, like I know the mass of this protein shaker, okay? And I can let it go and measure the acceleration towards the ground, I can times the mass and the acceleration together and find out the force that it hit the ground with. Okay? The force that is required to move it. So no, F doesn't equal 9.81 meters per second squared. That's wrong. You're fucking dumb.
So, once again, it's not rocket science. It's just filling in the blanks. Variables, right? The variable is 0. Because we're talking about a magnet.
I actually don't think she knows what a variable means, because a variable isn't 0. A variable is like F is a variable. Because it can be a different answer. If it was 0... 0 wouldn't be a variable, it would be a constant. This has to be an act, because this is some next level Dunning-Kruger shit, right?
One guy asked me, what has this got to do with the magnet? Well, I'm talking about a magnet and how it defies these principles, okay? So thermodynamics says that matter cannot be created or destroyed, it can only be converted. Okay? So you have a car, you have an engine, you have fuel, all produces energy in the form of wind, resistance, and you've got noise and heat, and etc. This doesn't happen with a magnetic field, correct? And entropy, electromagnetic fields don't decay. At least not as far as scientists can see, or anyone can see. Now, maybe the magnet does. The actual piece of metal decays eventually, but nobody will probably be around to see that. So, this is what I'm doing. I'm showing you that you've been lied to. And that pisses a lot of people off. People who have invested their entire lives into their career doing physics and math and base their belief system upon these principles. don't like it when you say a magnet defies those principles.
You haven't explained how a magnet defies it, right? Do you really think that the smartest people in the world wouldn't have figured this out if it was a thing? Like, do you think... The problem is that you don't know what you've written there. You don't understand any of it. Like, did you write this when you were on fucking mushrooms? What is that on your fucking board? JSS Tiger for $5 says, just below her homework problem, there is a massive F that she isn't showing. She didn't get Fs. She got F minuses. I did just set up a super chat goal. If we can hit that super chat goal in the next hour, I will give Cece a call. Thank you very much if you do super chat, and if you have already, it means the world. The support is massively appreciated. But I'm not going to do any more streaming now until you at least donate another £100. So I'm just going to sit here until £100 of super chats comes in. All right. I'm not kidding. I'm holding my content hostage until you donate more. Why aren't you donating? You think I'm just for fucking free? Of course I am joking. I do appreciate every single bit that I get. It means the absolute fucking world, guys. Shedsy49 for $2 says, my name is Craig and I am a massive Flerf. Those were two lies. I am not massive and I am not a Flerf.
A magnetic field. Because an atom is an electromagnetic field. It is not a particle. It is waves that implode non-destructively. And that is what everything is made of, these waves, which is holographic in nature. It's light. But
light isn't just... light does not equal hologram. That's not how the... These words that you're using, Carrie, I do not think they mean what you think they mean. Like, let's be honest here. You're a dipshit.
You know, we're not bits in a computer. We're made up of these natural organic waves of light that are intelligent.
I'm sorry. But what the actual fuck did you just say to me? Organic waves of light that are intelligent. Well, that counts you out because there's not an ounce of intelligence in your fucking body. Rubiks, that last 40 seconds, that's a short.
Atoms communicate. And you don't have to have a piece of matter to generate an electromagnetic field, as someone once said recently. No. It can be generated by plasma. That's a different state.
Plasma is matter. Plasma is a state of matter. It's a state of matter where the electrons have been ripped away by high energy things happening. Plasma is matter.
Matter, isn't it? It's not a solid object, as someone said. So, no, I'm not a physicist, but I'm also not stupid. You know, I'm not a dumb blonde. I've been around for a while.
You are a dumb blonde.
I know some things.
Yeah, you are stupid. You are a dumb blonde. And we know you're not a fucking physicist.
But regardless of that, I'm simply trying to point some things out to help people to break free of their mental programming. What does this have to do with flat Earth? Well, the flat Earth model is basically the torus field, which is the shape of an electromagnetic field, and a primer field, which has two opposing fields of energy which meet in the middle at 0 point inertia, producing a flat plane where matter coalesces in an accretion disk like a galaxy.
She keeps saying that anything that is a disk is a galaxy. I absolutely 100% believe she does not know what a galaxy is. And someone just pointed out in the chat that she keeps saying that she's not a dumb blonde, and that's true because she's definitely not a blonde. Look at those roots. Mando Brotset points out that this is pure word salad. Num 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 num.
This happens at the micro level and the macro level. I've explained this in different videos. And this is absolutely possible. It's logical, reasonable. It's not a ridiculous concept. But if you talk about it, people will shut you down immediately. Why is that? Why can't you just talk?
No, I won't shut you down, Carrie, I promise. I know you're watching, Carrie, and I promise not to shut you down. I want to talk to you about the things that you are saying which are so fucking stupid. Franz Jansen says, can you... FTFE, free Rubiks from their prison. I finally realised the Earth is flat. I will be changing my name to Finding the Flat Earth. Joking aside, I love you, you cunt. Here's to a better 2026. Isn't 100 quid. I have inferior American dollars. Thank you very much, Rubiks, for that $100 donation. That is unnecessary, but incredibly generous. But also, I had my fingers crossed. You're not getting out of the basement. Just give me a sec. Yeah, you know that 100 that that was like your food for the next 12 months. Yeah, I was being kind. I doubled last year's budget. Well, no, you're just giving it back to me now. Well, that I don't care. Well, I don't know how you're going to eat. Well, no, I can't give you no, I just buy for my kids and stuff. I wouldn't. I don't know what your dietary requirements are anyway. Look, you're going to have to figure something out because that was the last of the money that I'm giving you. And you've just given it back to me. Can you stop crying? Oh my God. No, you're not getting out, Rubiks. Thanks for the donation. I love you, you cunt.
Talk about a theory. Why is this theory so much under attack? That's the question that you need to be asking.
Because it's so fucking stupid.
See, scientists know that two models can produce evidence to support the same phenomenon, exact same phenomenon. So you can have a geocentric model and a heliocentric model, and they can both be sound models using math, reason, logic, etc.
Maths, reason and logic are things that have never entered your life. You are void of any maths, reason or logic. Look at the board behind you. You attempted to do maths and botched it monumentally. F equals MA equals MG equals 9.81 meters per second squared. No, that doesn't make sense in the fucking slightest. Your entire point is mute. Everything you said means fucking nothing. You're a moron. Go the fuck away. JSS Tiger for $5 says, hey, Craig is legally obliged to read super chats, not to comply with them. Rubiks, I think you wasted your money. Yeah, sorry, Clive, I forgot to put it on stream again.
I just know that. They know about inversions. So the question is, why don't they want to talk about the other one if they know for sure that we live in the heliocentric model? Because they should just be saying, well, yeah, that is, a valid model and everything, but that's not our reality. Our reality is this one over here.
Reality, you haven't met. You once were meant to, you were told about reality when you were at a bar once, and you were like, oh, I'd like to, maybe we could have a drink together. But unfortunately, you and reality have never had the chance to get together. You're strangers. You wouldn't know each other if you passed each other in the street. You wanted to meet reality, but reality thought, nah, fuck that shit. What is that? Right, better. Yeah. Can't change the lights back behind me. The button's not working. Oh, there we go. Hey, there we go.
See? Nobody thinks of it that way. Everybody thinks of it in a polarized way where it has to be one or the other. But it doesn't. This is about getting your ego behind you and investigating the other model, so that you can decide for yourself if it aligns with what your experience is in the world. They keep taking this video.
I like this comment. I'm not a physicist or good at math, but here's an equation I wrote, and I bet you can't solve it. Alright, I'm just going to have to point out, sir, carry MA isn't 9.81 meters per second squared. Just the A, G is. Your entire video. Oh, how did I spell video wrong? Video is dog doo. God, why won't she reply to me? Notice me, senpai. Rubiks says, you got a bunch of money. You can phone CC already, right? No. I do appreciate the massive donation, but it has to be the 20 super chats. Those are the rules. I'm sure that we can do 16 more super chats in the time allotted. We've got 10 minutes. Fucking, we've already did 4. So I'm sure we can get the other 50, the other 16 in 50 minutes. And again, I really appreciate it, and especially from you, Rubiks, with everything that you do. Thank you very much. Now get back in the fucking basement and make shorts.
So at this point, I'm just wasting my time, and other people, you're just wasting your time if you're still trying to convince or explain the geocentric model to people, because I've seen so many videos on social media of full-grown men and women in their arrogance acting like if they regurgitate the heliocentric model, it makes them so smart and makes you so stupid. Now,
well, you are stupid. You don't have to be smart to know the heliocentric model. You have to be stupid to say it's not right. Random dude on the internet says, Craig, if you shout me out, I will type every emoji. Hey, random dude on the internet, I'm shouting you out. Thanks for being a massive supporter of the channel. I appreciate you being here in the chat. Magical Cat Girl. Well, yeah, Rubiks isn't really in a basement. It's well, there was like a natural cave. And I just kind of like, well, it's damp. There's a hole-ish, and they're down there. I did get them a basic PC and some internet access, but it's just for working. Every username for £2 says, she had me at, I'm just wasting your time. Itsarubiks says, don't you have a picture of my hole? I beg your pardon? That's a very rude thing to say. Oh, wait, hold on. Random dude on the internet, I'm waiting for you to type every emoji, by the way. You said you would.
granted, there are people out there that don't understand the flat earth model completely, and they will say things that are not accurate. But you don't throw the baby out with the bathwater, okay? Just because somebody doesn't understand, you don't take that and run with it and say, see how stupid it is? Because I've told you over and over again, and see, people who are supposed to be intelligent.
You're not stupid because you're a flat earther. You're a flat earther because you're stupid.
Should know this. Two models can explain the same phenomenon. So That means
Except yours doesn't. You don't have a model and you can't explain fucking anything. Bruce Wayne in the chat says, when's your next membership drive? End of January. We're going to do one. Random dude on the internet. That's not every emoji. There's a lot more than that. I demand more. Oh, and more appeared. Keep going. I want more emojis. In fact, chat, do me a favor. Just make my chat just emojis. And if you're a member, make it the fun ones.
the geocentric and the heliocentric are inversions of each other. They both can explain phenomenon. The goal is to figure out which one is flawed. And so you regurgitating the heliocentric model to me doesn't mean shit. It doesn't mean you're smart. It
means you're stupid because you don't understand it, right?
just means you're saying what you were told because you believed what you were told.
Oh, as opposed to what you were told when you watch an Eric Dumbay video, right?
What I'm doing is showing you that there's another way to look at this because you flip it around, inside out, up and down, turn it all around, and then you see that that can also explain the same phenomenon, like a ship disappearing over the ocean horizon. So if a full-grown ass man who thinks he knows physics does not understand perspective and how you can explain a ship disappearing over the horizon other than it just being a curve, they're lost.
Except you can't. You cannot explain ships disappearing on the horizon with perspective. It doesn't work. It is not an answer. It is invalid. It is false. You get an F for see me after class. Right? The answer is because it's curved. That is why there is a horizon. The horizon is literally an effect of the curvature of the Earth. There's no reason there would be a horizon if the Earth was flat. That is it's unsound logic. The Earth was flat. You just kind of see indistinctly into the distance. There's no hard line at which things are cut off that is predictable based on the conditions and the distance away and the height above the ground that you are. That only works if the Earth's a globe. We tested, right? And when we wanted to make sure, we went to fucking space and looked at the planet. So Alexis in the chat says she's doing that thing where you go, if you don't think my way, then you're stupid. Yeah, I know. Absolutely.
That's a lost cause. They're never going to get it. They're going to continue to do their little videos and pretend like they're so much better than everyone else. I don't think I'm better than anyone. I don't think I'm smarter than anyone. I'm just telling you there are two ways to look at it.
And your way's wrong. Which makes you stupid. Because you call everyone that thinks the Earth is a globe stupid. You don't even realise that you're doing it. You don't even realise that you're attacking the people that actually have a functioning prefrontal cortex. Random Doodle Intech, keep going. That's not all the emojis yet. Rubiks, again, thank you very much for that. That's an incredibly generous donation.
And if you don't understand that, you have a problem because you're missing something. And in order to understand something, you have to study it and research it and understand what is going on between the two models, that they're both showing you different aspects of the same thing. Different ways.
Let me be clear with you, Carrie. There is no flat Earth model. There never has been, there never will be. And you're a fucking idiot. Say it with me. Everyone in the chat, say it with me. Carrie, you're a fucking idiot. Come on, guys. Say it with me in the chat. Carrie, you're a fucking idiot. Carrie, you're a fucking idiot. I want to see it in the chat. Carrie, you're a fucking idiot. There we go. At least one person typed it. Rubik says for $2, I'm not going to give you money, Craig. You really should stop because I'm not topping it up. Like, I don't know where you got these extra funds from. But, like... I tell you what, right. As it's New Year coming up, I'll give you some of the crust off of the steak pie, okay? No, if you're gonna complain, I'm just shutting the door again. No, you blew it. Bye. It's a heavy lock. Thank you, chat. Yes, Kerry, you're a fucking idiot.
Explaining this same exact phenomenon. Does that make sense? You can come up with all of these different complicated ways of explaining something, but the actual flat Earth model, the torus field atomic world model, explains it simply. And
It doesn't explain it at all. There is no explanation in that. Those are words. They mean nothing. They have no predictive powers. The turtle moves for £2 says, I would agree with her, but then we'd both be wrong. One of my favourite lines.
eloquently. And here's the bottom line. When you look out at the horizon means horizontal,
No, it doesn't.
level.
No, horizon does not mean horizontal. Just because they've got some of the same letters does not mean they're the same thing. This is just a thing you guys say. Horizon means bounding circle. That's literally the definition of the word. It comes from the Greek term meaning a circle around you, a bound, a circling boundary. Cowdev, very good work. Thank you, I appreciate it. Random dude on the internet, I know there's more emojis than that, so please keep going.
And you see that the ocean is horizontal and level for thousands of miles. And you can see that it's thousands of miles. If you go up 35,000 feet in a plane, that means you can see at least 1,400 miles to the horizon.
No, it doesn't.
And it's flat. Now, it's around you because that's your perspective. You're only seeing in a circle around you.
Why? Why do you only see in a circle around you? Because there's something stopping you seeing? There's something in the way? Or what would that be? The curve of the fucking Earth.
But from you to the horizon, it's flat. And from on both sides of you, it's flat. Just because something is flat, that doesn't mean it's not a circle. I mean, it could be a circle, it could be a square, we don't know, but it's flat.
Yes, circles are flat. That's why, at eye level, the horizon appears flat. Because it's an equidistant circle around you. But as you rise above that circle, from your perspective, the circle is curved. It's amazing what perspective actually does. Charles Mod says, I'm just looking at her cleavage. I'm trying not to. Oh, good boy.
And, I mean, it astounds me that supposedly intelligent people don't get this. They don't understand that when you ascend on a sphere, you have to look down. You can't look straight ahead when you ascend.
And you do. The horizon drops from eye level as you raise in altitude. Exactly as we predict and expect it to. You can literally make a prediction of how far the horizon will drop based on how far up you go. And it matches every fucking time.
Ascend on a sphere and see the horizon. That's just common sense. You don't even need to know math to know that.
Do you think she got math and meth confused a few times? I reckon so. We've got 35 minutes to get 13 super chats for me to give CC a call. Once I finish this video, I'm just going to take a 5-10 minute break, refresh myself. I have struggled with things a lot lately with my mental health and everything. And I'm struggling with a lot of pain and everything at the moment. Sitting around in one spot is very sore on my knee. So this is a 4-hour stream. So after this, we'll be going for about an hour and 45 minutes. I'll take like a 5-10 minute break, and then we'll come back and get back on with it.
Can't see the horizon unless you look down. If you rise up off of a sphere, the minute you rise up off the sphere, you've got to look down to see the horizon.
Yeah, and you do.
Sorry. That's just the way it works. That's physics. So if you're...
No, that's not physics. That's not what physics means. You keep using these words. I do not think they mean what you think they mean.
$75,000 feet up, and you see a perfectly flat horizon, and it's eye level, and you're not looking down like this. Now, I'm not talking about, sure, maybe it drops a little bit. It's going to drop a little bit anyway.
Why?
Whether you're on a ball or a
You just said it wouldn't drop if it was flat. Now you're changing your fucking story.
flat plane, the horizon's going to drop, but not enough on a flat plane for you to really notice the difference. On a sphere, yes, you're going to notice the difference.
And you do, you can measure it.
Exponentially in all directions, it's going to drop away from you.
And it does. You measure it.
But what I'm saying is you don't have to look down. And you would have to look down if you were on a sphere and you went up 75,000 feet. You absolutely would not see the entire world from the ISS because that's only 250 miles up.
You don't see the entire world from the ISS. You see a portion of it. You can't see the entire planet from the ISS.
There's no way you would see entire Earth, and yet that's what they show you
No, it's
in these
not.
NASA images. They show you the entire Earth.
Well, yeah, but they're not all from the ISS. Do you think every picture from space is from the ISS? Holy fuck, you're dumb.
Even Neil deGrasse Tyson said that would not happen. The edge of the Earth would be way the hell over that way and way the hell over that way in your peripheral. And smart people, supposedly smart people, don't get this. So at this point,
You are not one of those smart people, for fuck's sake, man. You're like literally one of the dumbest people on the planet. It's a bit insane. Right, guys, I will be back in just a few minutes. Gonna just grab a drink and a protein bar, use the toilet. I want to say thank you all very much for being here during this stream. It is absolutely incredible. Means the world, the support I get. There's a couple of hundred of you here, but only like 100 likes. So while I go and refresh myself and use the ablutions, let's get those likes up to at least 120. Or I'm going to send Daniel Pratt to your house. I'll be back in just a couple of minutes, guys. Where is the video? Here it is.
Pick it up, pick it up. Is it dirt? Is it potato? Watch the screen and wait for the show. What's revealed, we're dying to know. Is it dirt or a potato? Check it out. Dirt or potato? Yes, I'm right, let's go. Dirt or potato? It's the game that steals the show. Look at the picture, don't make a mistake. Is it a spud or is it a face? Out of the ground or from his own behind? Dirt or potato, what will you find? Right on! Yo, can you tell what's underneath? A derpy mugshot or a root beneath? With every guess, we laugh and cheer. Is it dirt for a potato? Let's make it clear. Hang it up, give it a show. Dirt for potato, let's go. Skank it up, skank it up. Is it from the dirt or a funny disguise? Could it be a tater or a pair of eyes? What's in the ground or lurking around? Dirt or potato, where will it be found? Could it be smooth or full of lumps? Maybe it's grown on someone's big rump. Get your guess in, let's see what's true. Dirt or potato, it's all up to you. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. Look at the picture, don't make a mistake. Is it a spud or is it a face? Out of the ground or from his own behind? Dirt or potato, what will you find? A pile of soil or a starchy friend? Guess it right and you'll ascend. Look real close, don't let it slide. Is it dirt or a potato waiting inside? Let's go, rude boys. On the garden patch or a silly trick, will you pick the right one or end up quick? Whether it's dirt or a golden spud,
Dirt or potato, here comes the flood. A mystery unfolds, what will it be? A lovely spot or dirt, can't you see? With every reveal, we're in for a laugh. Dirt or potato, it's the ultimate craft. Dirt or potato, guess it right, let's go. Dirt or potato, it's the game that steals the show. Beneath the earth or just pretend, a lump of soil or some dumb trend. Pick your choice, don't hesitate. Dirt or potato, now seal your fate. What's in the box, what will appear? A mash of dirt or something unclear. Make your move, we're almost through. Dirt or potato, it's all on you. Will it be fries or a dirty pile? Guess it wrong and we'll laugh for a while.
That's what I tell the flat earth youth. Talk so fast you can't keep track. If you fact check me, I just change the track. Ad hominem, you're dumb. Sit down, red herring, spin it all back round. Straw man, your claim, twisted for sport. Knock it down quick like it's my last resort. Equivocate my way to glory. Appeal to authority, same old story. Circular flare, not secular. Hey, look over there. I was divorced, wife took the kids, so I dress like I'm 21. Your generation will be dead, they said, but I'm not that old, you know. Grandma's blouse, oh wow, watch me now. Policy machine. Consequent, that's my style. Begging the question, man, that's my guile. False equivalence, I mix and match. Reification, giving idea latch. Begging the question, that's my main hook. Cherry pick the data till the whole thing's cooked. I'm not wrong, I'm just ahead. At least that's what the voices said. Equivocate my way to glory. Appeal to authority, that's my story. Round and round with circular flare, non sequitur. Hey, look over there. I was divorced, wife took the kids, so I dress like I'm 21. Your generation will be dead, they said, but I'm not that old, you know. Grandma's blouse, oh wow, watch me now. Policy machine, yeah, watch me now.
That's an at-home straw man cherry picking. False equivalency, you're contradicting. Begging the question, appeal to my source, non sequitur, of course. And therefore the earth is flat.
Checkmate! I was divorced, wife took the kids, so I dress like I'm 21. Your generation will be dead, they said, but I'm not that old, you know. Grandma's blouse, oh wow, watch me now. Policy machine, yeah, watch me now. Yeah, IQ 160 in my mind.
What's happening with old Witsit again? He's just disappeared literally from the internet. Just like I said I would do. I chased in Witsit off the internet. I won. He lost. Victory to FTFE once again. Oh, Carrie. Can't get enough, you're stupid.
I understand when people can't understand certain things like perspective. That's fine. Not everybody gets it, but there are people out there.
Perspective is science. No, it's not. There's no science of perspective. There's not a branch of science. You're using words that you do not know the meaning of. That's not what science is. It's Rubiks for $2 says, I just got my NASA check. You know what that means. How would you have got anything? I removed you from the face of the internet. You don't exist anymore. How are you getting a paycheck? Random dude on the internet says, Craig, I did it. I typed every emoji. Sorry, I missed it. You got to start again, mate. Sorry. Pope Russian says 199. Bong hits for victory. Yeah, this is my bong. The main one I use. I need to change the water, I know. But it's a globe bong. F Grudge became a member. Welcome to Destroyers. Thank you very much. I really appreciate it. You know that.
Commenting on my channel that not only don't understand it, they're arrogant and rude and saying, I don't understand it.
You don't. You don't understand it. You're fucking stupid. You don't understand the most basic shit. You don't understand what a model is. You don't understand what science is. You don't understand what a test is. You don't understand what predictions are.
I'm the one explaining it to you. So if you did understand it, why would you keep asking me questions like, why are the stars spinning in an opposite direction in Australia than in North America? Because people ask me that over and over and over again and say that they've researched the flat earth model.
Yeah, there is no explanation for how the stars spin in opposite directions. Different stars. Not the same stars, it's different stars spinning in a different direction. Yes, Rubiks, I absolutely will do that on the next stream, I think.
The atomic model of the world. A torus field spins above you. Okay, if you researched it, you would know the answer to that question. Clearly, you have not. So, you researched it again and say that they've researched the flat earth model or the atomic model of the world. A torus field spins above you. Okay, if you researched it, you would know the answer to that question. Clearly, you have not.
A torus field spinning above you does not explain different stars rotating in opposite direction. The arrogance that she is displaying is actually astounding. She is accusing everyone of doing the thing that she is doing. She is peak Dunning-Kruger. She might be my nomination for Top Left 2026. It's fucking brilliant.
So, I'm going to answer it for you now, and I'm going to put it very simply in this demonstration. Granted, the last time I did this with a fan, some guy said, "That's a ceiling fan, love." Like, I'm so stupid, I don't know it's a ceiling fan.
Is she about to give the Witsit answer? Is she about to say that when it's rotating one way and then you look at it from the other?
For one thing, but yes, a ceiling fan can demonstrate perspective. I don't need to actually go outside and look up at the stars to show you perspective. I'm going to show you how it works. That's the North Pole. The blades represent the stars moving out to the outside of the disk. They're moving right to left, above you. The blades above you are moving right to left. You turn around and you look to the south from the southern hemisphere. You're looking south. What's that? Well, oh my God, what happened? They're moving left to right because you're looking at the stars going out to the outside side of the disc.
All right. The blades are spinning left to right at the bottom, right?
The blades represent the stars moving out to the outside of the disc. They're moving right to left.
No, they're not. The blades are, this is the left, this is the right. The blades are going from the left to the right on the bottom bit. But at the top bit, they're going from the right to the left, because that's how circles work. Bottom, left to right. Top, right to left.
Above you. The blades above you are moving right to left. You turn around and you look to the south from the southern hemisphere. You're looking south. What?
And the blades at the bottom are still spinning from the left to the right. Nothing changed.
I understand when people can't understand in this demonstration. Granted, the last time I did this with the blades above you are moving right to left. What's that? Oh my God, what happened? They're moving left to right. Because you're looking at the stars going that way now, they're appearing to move left to right. Okay? But when you look north from the northern hemisphere toward Polaris, they're moving right to left.
They're not. It's moving the same way. The bottom is moving left to right and the top is moving right to left. It hasn't changed no matter which way you look at it. But the problem is, it's different stars. You fucking moron.
Oh my God, it's magic.
The thing that you are saying happened in the video didn't happen. You are like saying, look at this thing that I'm doing, whilst you're not actually doing it, Carrie. The stupid burn genuinely fucking burns. Rubiks says for $2, you can't spell demonstration without demons. RageBot says for $5, I've been looking on TikTok. You're all doomed. Yeah, I know humanity's fucked. We're done for.
This is all satire for pure entertainment. Because we live in a time where you can't tell the truth. For years I've been talking about a pole shift that's coming. Sure, a lot of people know about this, but a lot of people still don't. And what you're seeing in the skies right now is a result of that pole shift. Nobody wants to talk about it in the mainstream. They want to talk about aliens. That's their whole angle.
I remember watching this one and it's just waffling, so we're not going to go through that one.
For those of you who refuse to do your own research and you're counting on me for some reason to tell you how things work on the flat Earth, here we go. How does a ship disappear over the horizon? A ship.
Oh, we're gonna get answers, guys. This is fucking brilliant. This is what we've been waiting for.
Can disappear over the horizon because it moves beyond your vanishing point that you can see with your eyes. As something moves farther away from you, it grows smaller and smaller and smaller and smaller until you can't see it anymore. And then you factor in the atmosphere. The atmosphere.
Yeah, none of that explains how things disappear bottom first. And you can't zoom them back. None of that explains that. Perspective makes things disappear uniformly, not from the bottom.
Will mask or obscure the object. After the object disappears, you can grab your telescope or your binoculars and zoom right back into it. How do you explain?
No, you can't. That doesn't happen. Unless the thing has disappeared in totality because the camera you were using literally can't resolve it unless you zoom in. What will never happen is the bottom of a boat disappearing and that being zoomed in. Because there's the curve of the fucking earth in the fucking way, you fucking retard. Fuck.
Explain star trails. Well, star trails are perspective. And if you're looking at star trails from the equator, you're going to see stars going up and down in front of you. And then on the side, they will appear to grow smaller. On the other side, they will appear to grow smaller circles as well because of perspective. Because as something moves farther and farther away, as we said, it will tend to grow smaller and smaller. And
but the stars don't appear to grow smaller. The stars, you can still see the stars, but they move in different directions and are different stars depending on where you are. Your entire premise about the stars is false because it is not the same stars you are seeing. It is a different set of stars.
And if you do like a star trail picture, as we have done before, my husband's a photographer, then you focus on north and you will see that the stars in the center of the circle are shorter lines than the outer lines. The shorter lines mean that something is moving farther away from you. So this indicates that there's actually a dome shape above you.
A shorter line means it's further away. What the... But then people anywhere in the world still see the star trails. It doesn't matter where you are. That still fucking happens. And Rubiks, thank you very much. I've just received that incredibly generous donation. I really appreciate it. Guys, if you would like to donate and ignore the YouTube 30% and send it all straight to me, paypal.me/FTFE allows you to do just that. And I very much appreciate every bit that I get. Honestly, you could just send like $1 or a quid and it would be massively appreciated. It would mean the absolute world. And I won't laugh at you behind your back for saying such a small amount. Okay.
If you're in Florida, as we are, then Polaris is going to be low on the horizon compared to if you're in the North Pole where you're looking straight up. Because as we said, as you move farther away, everything appears to move down on the horizon. And it...
Yeah, but Carrie, and no matter where you are in the world, Polaris doesn't start moving in big arcs. It's just a little... It's just there. It's just the dot, and it wobbles very slightly, right? That doesn't change where you are. Your premise is that the reason things are moving in smaller circles is because they're further away. But when you get closer to them, the size of the circles that they're moving in does not fucking change because they're so far away because they're in space. Oh my god. Box for $2 says, I live in Southeast Australia. She is so wrong. Well, you didn't... Like, the first part of that, I live in Southeast Australia... It wasn't unnecessary. She's just wrong. That would have done it. Also, I don't need to keep reminding you, but guys, you can use your super chats to make me say whatever you want. I'm your dancing monkey. Okay?
appears to grow smaller and smaller. This is why the sun sets on the horizon and it seems to grow smaller and smaller and disappear. Now, you may say it seems to grow bigger as it sets, but that is the illusion. That is light refraction. If you do a time lapse, you will see that the sun does actually grow smaller as it moves away.
No, it doesn't. If you use a solar filter, you can check and see that throughout the entire day, the sun absolutely stays the same fucking size, you dumbass.
And vanishes. It doesn't actually go down. It just appears to go down. How do you explain circumnavigation on a flat plane? Very easily. At the center of the disk, you have a magnetic mountain, Meru.
Oh, that was an actual genuine facepalm. Magnetic mountain. That was like an actual genuine facepalm. Like, that stupid caught me off guard. I got 10 minutes before the goal ends. It says we need 8 super chats for me to give Cece a wee call. I do feel like I should wish the guy a Merry Christmas and stuff, you know?
Shambhala, Sinai, Olympus, and this magnetic mountain is the only source. It is the North Pole where all compasses point. If you take a compass and you go in a circle around this mountain, it will always point north, no matter what.
No, that's a lie. Carrie, why are you telling people lies when you are on about, giving people the correct information? You're doing the opposite of that. You are spreading misinformation and lies because you're a fucking liar.
Where you're going, it will always point north. And the opposite end of that is south, which would always be behind you if you're looking toward the north, right? So yeah, it's easy to circumnavigate on a flat plane. You cannot, in fact, circumnavigate on a globe because the compass will freak out because it's between north and south poles, as we are told.
No, you just don't understand how compasses work. Circumnavigation on the globe is fine. It happens all the fucking time. It's literally been done over and over and over around the equator and around the poles. Shedsy49 for $2 says, I, FTFE, confess that Cece is actually my father. No! It's not true! It's impossible! I would have better hair. You're a mop for $10 says, please tell Cece you're a mop says hi. We need 6 more super chats and I will do just that, my friend. And thank you. On display is your gift. Totally hung the correct way.
Well, there is a north.
You will not believe the amount of Americans that are getting angry because I'm hanging it weird. I'm doing that on purpose, guys.
And a south pole, correct? Put a compass between a north and a south pole, 2 magnets, see what happens. You can't circumnavigate because the compass doesn't work. What about the ice wall? Well, there are billions.
Compasses aren't. They don't. They follow the flow of magnetic field from south to north. They do not point in a certain direction. Carrie, why have you never researched how magnets work? J.R. Pence for $5 says, she's the smartest person I have ever heard. If she has a drop of evidence, I'm convinced already. She should be on all the chat shows.
Of pictures on the internet where you can go and look up ice wall and you will see people who have been to Antarctica.
Random dude, yes we do.
Will show you the pictures of the ice wall, which is a shelf. It's an ice shelf. And it extends farther than we know because we can't actually go all the way across that shelf.
Incorrect. The ice shelves that are there do not go all the way around Antarctica. You can go further inland. Jeranism did. I'm just interested. Nothing from Witsit. Nothing from Witsit for 3 whole fucking months.
Now, people say that they've traveled all the way across Antarctica.
Rubiks says, I'm worried about him. Worried about Witsit? No, fuck him. I hope he's suffering.
But they can't prove it. So until somebody can prove that, there's nothing to say about it. And people forget that when they go to Antarctica, since they can't actually go that far into that icy sheet because it's dangerous for one thing. And you'll notice there is no actual there are no bases inside the Arctic Circle. They're all on the outside of the so-called circle.
No, Jeranism, the flat earther you brought up, went to a base really far inside the Arctic Circle. Just a few hundred miles away from the fucking South Pole. The lies. The lies.
But if you're trying to circumnavigate around Antarctica, you won't know if you're going around an island or if you're going on the inside of a huge circle.
You would know, because there would be a massive difference in length. After just like a few thousand miles, you're back where you started. You'd be like, right, well, either went around an island or the flat Earth is fucking tiny. 4 minutes left on the clock, and we need 5 super chats, and I'll give CC a quick call just to wish him a happy Christmas and a Merry New Year. Those are the things you do, right? 2 hours down, got 2 hours to go of this stream, guys. Please subscribe if you're not already. Support the stream with a like, share, or a super chat, or a PayPal, anything. It all fucking helps, and I love every single one of you. Not you, Gary. You know what you fucking did.
No, and in fact, everybody who has said they have navigated around the island, the so-called continent of Antarctica, have reported that it took a lot longer for some reason, and they seem to have gone a lot farther than they thought.
Why is she just telling lies? Why is she lying? There's a fucking race every few years that goes from France and goes down and circumnavigates Antarctica. Lots of people do it, and then none of them say that it's longer than they expect. You're just saying lies. Rubiks for $2 says, fine, guess I'll get the last few. Are you going to force Rubiks to pay the super chats on her own? Rachbot for $2 says, let's get these super chats in. Or super hats. I would like a super hat, actually. Have you guys got any super hats lying around? Sarah Jones for £2 says, phone a Flerf. And Rubik says, make sure you ask why CC never emailed me back. Got one more super chat to go, and I will give CC a quick call. Thank you very much, guys. I really appreciate the support.
They should have. What about the Coriolis effect? Well, people will say that...
No, dude, I missed it. Random doodling. I'm sorry. You're going to have to start right at the beginning. Every single emoji, please. And if you become a member, you can do the channel ones as well.
A bullet is affected by the Earth's spin and throws it off trajectory. But at the same time, they tell you that hot air balloons and planes are not affected, or if you're going on the inside of a huge circle, you won't know. And in fact, everybody who has said they have, well, people will say that a bullet is affected.
Right. So fuck yeah. Rubiks says we got the goal. JR Pench says she's a Flerf. Lies are their dialect. Yeah, it's their default setting, right? Rachbot gave me some super hats for it. Thank you very much. Boston Concerts. I want to hear from CC. Phone a Flerf. Let's give the dude a call. See how he's getting on. And remember, this is not harassment because he has his number on the channel. Oh, he has released a new video. I think we're going to have to take a break after from Carrie to cover CC's new video. Okay, random dude, you don't need to do it again. Come on, Chris.
Sorry, no one's here to take your call. Please leave your name and number. Thank you.
At the tone, please record your message. When you've finished recording, you may hang up or press 1 for more options. To leave a callback number, press 5.
Hey, this is Craig, FTFE here from Fife, Scotland. It is 12:30:25, 1:15 a.m. And I just wanted to call you and say Happy Christmas and Merry New Year, Chris. I'm really glad to see you got a new video up. I was worried because it's been a good few weeks and you got a video up. I'm going to cover that in a minute. And I do wish you the greatest of success in the new year on your channel. Obviously, I'm a little you're confused because we did email you after you requested us to do that and you haven't responded. So if you could just give us an email back, let us know you're okay, and come and have a chat. That'd be wonderful. So yeah, have a great new year. Don't drink too much. Also, your hair's awesome still, and I love you. Bye-bye. Grudge just says that they've just figured out that they can super chat. You've never done that before? I'm sure I've had super chats from you. But thank you very much. I appreciate the support. Ooh. Itchy ear. Yes, Paul, of course I love him. Right, after we finish this carry video, we will go and cover that CC.
By the Earth's spin and throws it off trajectory. But at the same time, they tell you that hot air balloons have reported that it took a lot longer for some reason, and they seem to have gone a lot farther than they thought they should have. What about the Coriolis effect? Well, people will say that a bullet is affected by the Earth's spin and throws it off trajectory. But at the same time, they tell you that hot air balloons and planes are not affected by the spin of the Earth and the Earth's atmosphere.
No, they don't say that. They just there's differences between them. A bullet does not have an engine or a way to counter any Coriolis. It is a ballistic projectile, not a powered one. Hot air balloons and are basically moved by the wind, and the wind is affected by Coriolis. And planes are affected by Coriolis, but it's so fucking small, like so minutely tiny compared to the forces that the engine is making that you don't really notice it. You're more affected by wind than Coriolis when you're up there. But again, planes have engines, bullets do not. Big difference there. Mr. E-Man gifted 5 memberships. Oh my goodness me, thank you very much. If you just become a member, that is Bryanthum, J.R. Pence, no. Bryanthum, Madeline Makes 123, Diver Dan Navy Vet 6972, Clarence O'Body AS2, they all and Art Pereira all received a gifted membership from Mr. E-Man. Guys, make sure you say thank you very much, and dude, thank you very much. Clive Wells does point out that Coriolis is proportional to velocity. Yes, that is one of the variables in the equation for Coriolis, as well as where you are on Earth. That's a big factor as to how much Coriolis. Because if you're at the equator and you're just going along the equator, there's no Coriolis because the forces just balance out. Oh, I did call CC. He didn't answer, unfortunately. I do hope he's okay.
So it can't be both ways. So as far as we know, the Coriolis effect is non-existent, and don't even get me started about toilets being flushed in the opposite direction in Australia.
Yeah, no one thinks that that's a thing. That's just like an old wives' tale. So,
what about the Lake Pontchartrain towers showing the curvature of the Earth as they are all in a perfect line and curving over the horizon? Well, anybody can do an experiment on their own at home with a flat table, and you can see how this is perspective. I don't know what to say.
Why has it never been done then? Why has a flat table never been shown to have a curve? In the same way as Lake Pontchartrain. Not only that, but it matches the prediction of what you should see from that angle. When Soundly did it, he even was live and had people move the camera. Random dude on the internet says, Craig, do you think this girl drinks unicorn semen to get this balls high stupid? Oh, 100%. Yeah. Unicorn semen is the ultimate drug, really.
Why would they lie? Money and control. Imagine
Why
that
do you lie?
know that you are one with Source, that you are made in the image of the greater consciousness field, and that you are not just a speck on a ball spinning in a vacuum. Imagine that. you could not be stopped because you would understand the true nature of reality and how it affects you as an individual. But a control freak is going to want you to believe that you are dependent upon them for going anywhere. So they make the cars, they make the spaceships, and then they tell you that you have to do what they say or buy their technology.
Well, yeah, they're the ones that make it, though. Other people can make technology, you know, but there's just big companies that have done it first, and they're all set up. And you know, I'd rather buy, a Samsung Galaxy than a phone from a company that just started that that isn't the same. And shut up.
And buy back all the food they hoard and all the other stuff that they hoard because they control everything and they tell you what to do. Why would they lie? How could they all be lying? Well, they're not all lying. You see, they took the torus field model of the world, which has a flat plane between the two torus fields, a double torus, right? And that's where all matter coalesces. It has a vortex in the center. That is the manger, the dome. That is Plato's cave, okay? You have the flat plane, and that would be like Midgard. And then you have hell below. At the center is Mount Meru.
Wait, we're watching Thor now? It's getting more batshit crazy by the second, guys. We need CC as a fucking palate cleanser at this point.
Magnetic mountain is your central north pole. And the Vatican took this model and they asked Copernicus to come up with the math to invert the entire thing. So now they've got you walking on the outside of this atom instead of the inside.
Can we have some evidence of that, please? Also, I don't think you can walk on the inside of an atom. That's not how that works. That's not how any of this works.
And all they did was flip everything inside out. So now you're on the spinning ball with the tilt, which accounts for the seasons, and it goes around the sun instead of the sun going around you, above you. You see? The stars move, the sun moves, the moon moves. They all move together above you. It's an inversion.
Yes, Spec says that this is the same model as Santos Bonacci. You're right. She is a Bonacci out. Her Papa Flerf is Santos Bonacci. I want Toon to cover this lady because she's batshit crazy.
Everybody inevitably wants to know more and more phenomenon. What about this? What about that? You have to do your own research because there are people out there who have done so much work. Who, like Eric Dubay has a book out. I'm only doing this to help people become liberated and expand their consciousness to realize that they do not need to be controlled by anyone because
no, you're literally making people dumber. Everything that you've said during this has made people dumber. In the comments, someone says, "Can you explain why objects always disappear from the bottom and the top of them is clearly visible?" And she says, "Yes, waves and distance. Objects are scared as they move further away from you. You can do your own experiment on a table at home. Objects are scared?" The fuck?
They have abilities beyond what you're told. You have the ability to teleport. You have the ability to communicate with other people without using their technologies. You don't need people become liberated and expand their consciousness to realize that they do not need to be controlled by anyone because they have abilities beyond what you're told. You have the ability to teleport. You have the ability to communicate with other people without you.
You have the ability to teleport. I'm sorry, but are we in Jumper now? I would fucking love the ability to teleport. I would have jumped into Nathan Oakley's house and bitch slapped him so many times. Just every now and then. Hi, slap, go away. It's when he's least expecting it. He just opens the fridge. Hi, slap, go away. He opens the door to go outside. Poof, hello, slap. Turns on his computer. Hey, slap. That's what I'd use teleportation for. Just for slapping Nathan Oakley every now and then. Pope Russian says, oh shit, I can teleport. Hey, guys, if we can teleport, you come here right now. I'm waiting. Brandon Coe says, you can teleport? What the fuck? Yeah, I know. That's, Rubiks, please. There's a short there. Teleport. Do your thing.
Using their technologies. You don't need to go to outer space. This is all a lie. It's all a scam to keep you under control. If you are absolutely convinced that you live on a spinning ball, then nothing will change your mind, and nobody needs to try to change your mind. I don't have the energy to do that, and I don't care what you think.
But that's what you're doing. That literally, you keep saying that you're trying to help. Why'd you contradict yourself in your own fucking sentences?
But this information is for people who actually do care and actually do want to learn something and have an open mind. I will not argue with
you is big dumb. Right. CC released a new video 2 days ago. It's only got 811 views. It's disappointing.
Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, wherever you may be. CC here, Chris from New York, Westchester County. It's 12:20.
Hey, Chris. Your hair is extra fantastic today. Have you lost weight?
7:25.
Oh, no, it's just the angle. I see the chins.
Come here, I want to show you something.
Okay, what are we saying? I'm
This
excited.
is all we needed when we were kids. Oh, by the way, Merry Christmas to everybody out there who's
Thanks, Chris.
Christian. And celebrate the holidays, okay? But when we were kids, you see, Christmas always reminds me of my childhood, you know? Remember when things were simple? Man, you didn't really have to think about anything. No, you didn't. Because they told you what to think about. See, they told you what to think about. This are the layers of Earth. Right here. Don't you see it? It's in a picture. That's all you needed was a fucking picture. That's it.
Well, no, Chris, pictures are ways to, present information. That's it. They couldn't take the actual Earth and put it in a textbook for people to look at. So they put a picture and explain that that's what it is. No one thinks the picture's the actual thing. It's just a picture. You seem so angry. That's a screenshot. Hold on. That'll work. That is a brilliant one.
You needed a picture to prove to you these are authentic. This is real because it's a picture. That's right. That's all it is. That's funny because we haven't dug down 8.5 miles, but yet they produce this fucking shit.
Yeah, there's other ways of seeing things without actually looking with your eyes. The science of seismology is a thing, CC, my friend. And you could just check it out. You really could. Joe Black says, I'm convinced. I think the Earth is a globe now because CC showed me a picture. Yeah, good job, CC. You're helping the cause, mate. Spreading that indoctrination like a trooper. I did put another super chat goal up, the one I know you won't reach because I ain't doing a fucking 100 push-ups. We got 90 minutes left of the show, my friends. If you can get that super chat going 50 minutes, then I have to do 100 push-ups, but I'm safe. That's why I've set it so high, because there's no way that it actually happened.
Layers of Earth. But you bought it. Yes, you did. I bought it. I bought this too. Yeah, you might not recognize that, but that's a satellite. But where are all the other satellites?
There's a lot of them in well, yeah, I don't think that's a real picture, because that would, maybe that's above Saturn or something, I think. But even in the pictures of satellites, you can't see the other satellites because space big, satellites small. All the other satellites are really, really far away. If I show you a picture of the Amazon rainforest, Cece, could you point out all the ants to me, please? I can assure you the ants are in the picture. Oh, you can't point out the ants to me? Well, ants are obviously a conspiracy because you can't see them from that picture that's really far away. Boston Concerts for $5 says, I hear midgets running around, or is it Rubiks working feverishly in the cave? Cave's a bit generous. It's, I mean, sinkhole? They look cozy down there. I mean, they look damp and cold. No, sorry, I'm just talking about you. Carry on. I just like watching you work sometimes. Slave, yes. Cup of tea? Who do you think you are? I'll be back later. Let's get on with your work.
Shouldn't there be thousands of them up there in space? Oh no, but we have a cartoon that because this proves that satellites exist. That's right. This actually proves that satellites exist. Don't you see? It's a picture. It's a drawing. It's right here in front of your face. But yet you see it and you believe it. You believe that's Earth too, right there. Actually, you know what? I'm judging from this picture, it actually looks like Saturn, doesn't it?
Yeah, a little bit.
Fucking story. It's all bullshit. Space does not exist.
We found the space, CC. It was between your ears, my friend. That's the closest we ever come to an absolute vacuum. But outer space is real. It is there. It exists. It is a place that people go to often.
These are all lies.
Prove it.
Do you have your Apple phone in front of you? I bet you do, didn't you? Do you remember first getting your Apple phone?
No,
See,
I've never had Apple.
Mine
Fuck
was
Apple.
always Android, but I know you had this as your wallpaper. You see, look, there it is. That's Earth. Look at this beautiful circular object right here. Don't you see this? That's Earth. We don't know where they took this picture from. We have no idea. It's just a picture of Earth. But you see,
they took it from space. That's where they took that picture from.
Africa. You see Africa right down here? It's right down here. You see, it's a quarter of the size of Earth. Okay, so, and here's the U.S. The U.S. is right here. Okay. All right, so all the other continents are on the other side. Okay, you see, the problem is the scale doesn't make any sense. So this is a...
Cameras, how do they work? Right? Oh, look, I put it right up close. Like, look how much of the globe Africa's taken up. But if I move it away, you can see more. Like, bits actually disappear when I move closer. Most of the pictures of Earth from space are from satellites that are not far enough away to see the entire thing. Rosina499 gives a hug. Thank you very much. I very much appreciate the hug and the super chat. Come on. Do your thing. Change. Thank you.
True diagram of Earth. Somebody fucked up with the continents. But this is a picture. It says 1,000 words, doesn't it? It proves to you a fucking globe. That's all you needed. That's all I needed. That was enough for me. I've had it. This is all bullshit. Wake the fuck up.
It's all bullshit, guys. It's all bullshit because I fucking said that it's bullshit, right?
Understand what the hell you live on. You don't live on this imaginary Walt Disney World planet. You live on a flat, stationary land. Everything up there is stationary. Well, not stationary. It's moving. You're stationary. Earth.
Well, it's not stationary, actually. No, it's moving. It's moving. It's moving. Not stationary at all. CC, you're so angry you don't know what you're fucking saying, mate. Random dude on the internet says, Craig, why does this guy look like a grown-up version of Romeo from PJ Masks and Dr. Emmett Brown from Back to the Future? I can't answer that question.
Is stationary. You're not moving. Anyway, it snowed. Yes, the car is covered. It's neat, isn't it? Yeah, we got about 4 inches here. I know everybody's been doing this for a while. I'm talking to flat earthers right now. No.
No, you're not.
When you're frustrated.
CC, I don't think any flat earthers watch your channel. Let's look at the comments. Yeah, no, I don't think any flat earthers watch your channel, CC. All the comments are from Globers. Rosanna for 499 says, you didn't catch CC sailing South America, calling... No, I missed that. I clearly wasn't looking at the screen well enough, but, you know, it tracks. That's what he should do. Mr. E-Man says 4 inches is what CC is feeling right now. I know, his hands look like they're above his waist.
Frustrated when you go out. As I am too.
Oh. Ow.
Being fed all this bullshit and people buy it. That's all they need. And people come back at us and say, yeah, give us a picture. Give us a picture. You got plenty of pictures here of your imaginary land. Why don't you wake the fuck up and understand that you live on a stationary, non-moving object that's just there, and everything else is moving.
It's just there. It's just there, and everything else is moving. Brilliant explanation, CC. How about some evidence of your claims? Some measurements? Some experiments and tests? Anything? Your amazing hair is not going to guide you forever, mate.
You're not spinning. You're not revolving. You're not doing anything. You're stationary. And it sucks, you know. When you wake up and understand this, then you'll understand God. And you'll understand why all of this has been presented in front of you.
Puny little God can only make a snow globe, not a vast, wonderful, massive universe full of trillions of galaxies. Puny little God.
To hide he or she, whoever it may be, from you. To hide your potential. And that's all what they want to do. You see, we have a lot of potential, all of us. As we gather together on these Flat Earth meetings.
Yeah, that's the opposite of potential. its potential to cause a black hole with the density involved. My God, I need to find a Flat Earth meeting, and I'm going to the next one that I come across.
And enjoy our company together. You know, that's the most important part. It forms energy. And they don't want that. Look at all the buildings. Look at everything that was built hundreds of years ago. Look at the technology. Understand the technology. You know, our future.
The technology from there was no technology then. The technology is now. That's how you're on the internet. That you recorded with the black rectangle in your phone in your pocket, and then posted it into the ether so that I could watch it while sitting at my PC. That's technology. There was no ancient technology. Rubiks says, "I am back." What? You leave? What do you mean you're back? Where did you go? You took a nap. Well, now I'm removing your 3 microsecond break per work period for tomorrow. Stop fucking crying. Jesus Christ. Keeping a prisoner's hard.
Has already passed. This is our future. Our phones. That's it. Our future was hundreds of years ago, where they managed to understand the sounds of water, of music, of vibrations.
Soak this in with me again, guys.
This is our future. Our phones. That's it. Our future was hundreds of years ago, where they managed to understand the sounds of water, of music, of...
Our future was hundreds of years ago, where they managed to understand the sounds of water, the sounds of music. Can anyone tell me what he just said? I'm just trying to form those words into a sentence in my brain. Maybe they're in the wrong order. There's no way those words should be...
Vibrations. To energize everything around them.
Did they? How?
It's probably hard for everybody to understand. You know, what am I talking about?
Yeah, what are you fucking talking about, dude?
Okay. All right. I always go back to the aqueduct system. Dude, they couldn't have built anything like this. Okay? They couldn't have built this architectural engineering back that they had 300 years ago.
The Romans were building massive architectural aqueducts spanning hundreds of miles a few thousand years ago. J.R. Pence for $2 says he thinks he needs to buy a phone but need money. No, JR, he doesn't think. Steve6464, who's been a member for 30 months. That is twice and a half around the sun. I can't count to 3 apparently. Yeah, twice and a half around the fucking sun. Thank you very much, Steve. Says CC should learn to understand the sound of silence. Innov says for $2.79, the hills are alive with the sound of music.
400 years ago, from the 1600s? Are you fucking kidding me? Can't you wake up and see this shit that they're hiding from us? Okay,
no.
They're destroying everything. They have to hide it from you. They have to put some symbols up there, of course.
What?
The churches. Why do they have these antennas on every single one of these churches? Because they were generators. They were there.
There's no antennas on churches. What the fuck are you on about? They were not generators. Where was the energy going? Who was using the energy? What were they using the energy for?
To harness energy. They weren't there for people to go in and pray. It was a generator. That's all it was. That's all it is. They have created a church, a priest. Excuse me, I had a little frog in my throat, but it doesn't matter. I mean, it's just, they have created all of this nonsense for you to believe of this Walt Disney World that we live on, and the disappointment of when you figure all of this out and then you actually realize that everything is a fucking lie. And I'm talking every fucking thing. Everything on TV. If they're reporting about it, that's a lie.
How do we know that you're lying, Cece? Well, in general, the way to tell is that your lips are fucking moving.
Okay? If they're talking about it on TV, that's a lie. If you see it come up on your phone as an ad, that's a lie. It's all bullshit.
It's all bullshit.
Oh, fuck. I don't know. The only way I'll be able to get everything out is a fucking live stream. But I got no one to fucking talk to anymore, you know? I mean, I don't know. So much has to be told to everybody. So much has to be done for people to understand the truth and understand their potential. I mean, you know, you just... All right, let's do an experiment, okay? All right, if you live in an apartment building and you're a flat earther, even if you're not a flat earther, it doesn't matter. But just think to yourself, I want that parking spot. I need that parking spot when I get out of work tomorrow. And then all of a sudden, it happens. Parking spots. People that you meet. You might not even know it, but you're already manifesting everything on your own.
Because you wanted a parking spot and the parking spot's there, that means something? No, it doesn't. It just means the parking spot's available. Because someone didn't park there.
I can't give you examples of myself because that's personal stuff. But it's true. Yeah, I can't believe. I think it was December 10th. I don't know. Whatever it was. The moon was up for 15 and a half hours. The moon was present for 15 and a half hours. Okay? 15 and a half hours up in the sky. And you're telling me that we live on a planet. Okay, but you can see right here. Look. I'm sorry. Oh, here it is. You see, we do live on a planet. It's right here in the diagram. And as a matter of fact, there's the moon. Do you see the moon? It's right there. Can't you see it? Yes.
He gets so excited by the most... Can you imagine how happy he was seeing these print out? Look at the colours go on the paper. Oh my God. How is it's witchcraft?
This is what they want you to believe you fucking live on. It's all bullshit. Look.
It's all bullshit, guys.
Look at it all. Here's another one. Here's a diagram, again, I showed you earlier, of Earth. Do you see that? But you know it's true because you can see the moon right there. Right? Can you see the moon right there? Yeah, you can. It's a perfect picture. But there's the diagram. Don't forget these pictures.
Bless you, Cece. Bless you.
Don't forget them. They're going to haunt you the rest of your lives. Because I bought all of that bullshit.
Yeah, but you never understood it, and that was the problem.
I wish a Merry Christmas for everybody.
Thank you, Merry Christmas to you.
Obviously, I've been making more videos out, but I've got to figure out how to further spread the truth.
Come and talk to me live.
Without disturbing people. You know? I don't like to disturb people, but All right. Anyway, look, I thank you for viewing my videos, subbing to my channel, and let me be a part of your life.
Thank you, Cece. Do love that guy. Just need to take a Riley.
Good morning, good evening, good afternoon. Wherever you may be. It's a CC here, Chris from New York, Westchester County. They told us lies in school, they sold us space on TV. NASA CGI, they're hiding history. Mountains miles away, no curve for you to see. Water seeks its level, that's reality. It's bullshit, that spinning wet ball in the sky. It's bullshit, that gravity they try to justify. Flat and stationary, the system's built on lies. Break away and recognize the truth before your eyes. Ancient trees as mountains, devil's towers roots. The city ran on water, electricity that shoots. The sun's not 93 million, the moon's not what they claim. It's all projection magic, but they keep on playing games. It's bullshit, that rocket ride to the moon. It's bullshit, Mars ain't coming anytime soon. Flat and stationary, open up your eyes. They can't hide the truth that's written in the skies. History erased, pyramids so clean, laser cut stonework, not what it seems. Politicians lying, media's a show, crisis actors crying, but we already know it's bullshit, that spinning wet ball in the sky. It's bullshit, that gravity they try to justify. Flat and stationary, no spin, no curve, no globe. It's bullshit, plain and simple. That's the truth we know. I thank you for subbing. I thank you for viewing my videos. And let me be a part of your life.
Thanks, Chris. God love you, bud. JC Twitchy says, how do I convince my wife that we need new H2C 3D printer? Well, you make it worthwhile for her. You say, you know how you've always wanted this thing? Well, I could make you that whenever you want it. Just imagine we never have to go and buy that thing again. You find her something that she shows you a thing. Oh, look at this. This is cool. You know, I could 3D print that for you. Right, every chance you get, point out how you could just 3D print that. I could just 3D print that. Oh, you wouldn't need to go to the shop. I could just 3D print that. That's how you get your wife to agree to a 3D printer. Mine's begging me to buy one.
Listen, guys, when it comes to the flat earth model, I don't want you to believe anything, and I don't want you to not believe, because belief has nothing to do with it. What I want you to do is think for yourself and understand that a disinformation campaign was the actual CIA psyop, not...
She thinks the CIA tried to give misinformation about the flat earth. Bless her fucking cotton socks. JC Twitchy says for $5, wee. Not sure why, but thank you. That is 4 out of the 30 super chats that we need for the goal. We have 25 minutes left to get that super chat goal in, and I will have to do 100 push-ups. Yes, 100. I know doing 100 push-ups isn't a normal thing for most people to do just off the cuff, but you can make me do it. But that's why I set the super chat goal so high, because I don't want to do 100 push-ups right now.
The flat earth theory in itself, because the model of the world was flat according to the ancient ancestors.
Wait, hold on. Hold the phone.
Ancestors.
That's not flat. That's a tree. That's not flat. I see a bunch of like circles and kind of a half dome. The Midgard Ocean. But this is from Thor. Yeah, not flat. That's like a big tree thing again. That's some magnetic fields. Yeah, nothing flat there. I don't know why you would say that this is flat.
Long ago, before the CIA. Come on, that's not... The model of the world is not a CIA op. So if you study the flat earth model, forget about your belief systems. You need to go and research it for yourself, think for yourself, because if you say I don't believe and yet you haven't done that, that's illogical. That doesn't make any sense. Why would I believe something?
Trust me, everybody here watching this stream, the couple of hundred that are here, have all researched it and realized that it's fucking nonsense and that you are an idiot. I'm being nice when I say this, but you are a fucking moron.
Or not believe something when I have no knowledge of it whatsoever, right? So you have to understand that two models explain the same phenomenon, and only one of them applies to your actual reality. What a trickster does is they take reality and they flip it inside out and invert it like a mirror image so they can lie to you and control you while you're thinking, well, this is the truth because it makes sense.
Sorry, I'm just struggling to get past how much your roots are showing. At this point, it's just no point pretending that you're blonde, is there, really? Like... It's disturbing because it looks like you got some kind of like little hat thing on. At first I was like, is that a hairband?
Listen, guys, when it comes to the flat earth model, I don't want you to believe anything, and I don't want you to not believe, because belief has nothing to do. I understand now. A lot of these people that are attacking me are Trekkies.
That's not how you spell Trekkies. And that's the Millennium Falcon from Star Wars. I'm not a Trekkie. Why would you ever think that?
They're science fiction lovers.
Yeah, science fiction is fucking awesome. Like, where's the issue with that? JC Twitchy for $5 says, hairband, Megadeth. Are you okay, dude? Thanks for this super chat. I mean, Mr. Eman Original, $5 says, if FTFE saying that blonde does not go all the way to the root. Yeah, but that's... Get your mind out the gutter. Thanks very much for the super chat. The support this stream has been absolutely fucking incredible, if I do say. 20 minutes left, guys. The super chat, and we have only 6 of the 30. I do not have to do 100 push-ups because there's no way we were getting 24 super chats in 20 minutes.
Now I get it. Now it makes sense. I understand now.
Why is she fucking mocking Star Trek? Bitch.
So when you look at the horizon and it's curved like this, does that prove we live on a sphere?
Yeah, actually, it does. Because that can't be explained if the Earth is flat. Like, literally. Can't be explained if the Earth is flat. JC Twitchy says $50 says you do 42 push-ups. If someone donates a single $50 super chat, I'll do 42 push-ups in one go. Yeah, I could do 42. It might be sloppy. Hey, would anyone be interested in joining me on some chill gaming streams where I play Satisfactory and just chat to you? One in the chat if you would be. Maybe I could just make them members streams. The Copium Emporium $2 says, everyone super chat now! Magical Cat Girl says, did your assimilated duck arrive? I'm still arguing with Amazon about that. JC Twitchy $50 says, do it. Thank you very much. I didn't expect that. Now I have to do 42 push-ups. Fuck's sake. I don't know if I can do 42 in one go. I was being a bit... 42. Okay. Jared Pence, $2 says, she just loves sci-fi. She thinks it's real. Lyron, alright, okay. We're going to take a break from the stupid and I have to do 42 push-ups. Yeah, the American flag fell down. Right, 42 in one go. I ain't doing... You're not going to get the other bit as well. Don't be stupid. There you go. $42 in one go. Jesus. Okay, I did a push day already today, so that's a bit sore. Fucking hell. Thank you for the super chat. That is incredibly generous. Mr. E-Man Original says he's been a member for 31 months. Rachbot wants to know how much for shirtless push-ups. I'll do another 42 shirtless if someone donates $500. Okay? Thank you very much for the super chat. I really, the level of support tonight has actually been a bit mental. So thankful. Thank you what you do. Yeah, no one's doing a $500 super chat. It's okay. Of course, if they did, I would have to do 42 shirtless push-ups. Man, I didn't warm up for that. My chest is on fire at the moment because I've had a bit of a rotator cuff injury. It's mostly better now, but it's because of an imbalance in my shoulders, right? You actually look at the muscles, this side is massive compared to this side, right? So I've been laying off a flat bench for a while and doing dumbbell work. Allows you to stabilize a lot better. Stops one side taking over. It's much better for the rotator cuff. But my push day a couple of days ago, I did my first flat bench in a while, and oh my fucking god! I just put a plate on each side normally, like I would do. Sometimes I go up to like a plate and a half. But fuck me, just that plate each side for 30 reps. Absolutely, I could feel it by the end of that session. Then the next day and then today, oh my god, it's like the top of the chest up here. Oh, you got delayed onset muscle soreness because your body pumps your muscles full of blood and fluid to encourage healing of the tears that you've done, which makes it swollen and really fucking sore. So those 42 push-ups were a bit of a killer. Citizen 9, who's been there for 32 months, says, here's $500 in super... Oh. Nope. Boston Concert's been a member for 10 months, says, this message is an IOU for 500 super chat. Well then, IOU 42 shirtless push-ups. Thank you very much. JC Twitchy says, I'm really fucking sore. That's what she said.
No, it does not. You need a little bit more information to prove you live on a sphere. And why is that? Well, because...
More information? You mean like the countless measurements, experiments, pictures, videos, trip to space, things in space, internet from space, all these... Yeah, we have more than just a picture of the horizon. You dumb motherfucker.
This is the actual picture. Someone took a fisheye wide-angle lens shot of this when this is the actual photo. And you can see how close to the surface of the Earth this camera was, probably 75,000 feet in a balloon when it took the shot.
That's not close to the Earth. Words are not like... She doesn't really say the things that she means with the words that she says. Rubiks says for $2, if I didn't just pay this rent, if I didn't just pay rent, this would be $500. Oh well, Rubiks, let's smash the TikTok and get your rent paid with that, shall we?
And it's focused straight ahead, which means it's...
JC Twitchy says, how many super chats to start you on a 4-hour live stream on LSD? 100 super chats. If I get 100 super chats in the next like 20 minutes, I'm probably going to finish in about 20 minutes. If I get 100 super chats in that time, I'll do the next stream entirely on LSD. It'd be fucking... I don't remember it. I've never done LSD. Well, I don't know what it'd be like. Wait, am I just saying I'll take drugs for money? That's probably not in YouTube terms of service. I'm not going to do that.
eye level with the horizon, or the horizon's eye level with the camera or the person taking the picture. So this is impossible on a sphere because the higher you rise up, exponentially the horizon drops away from you in all directions.
Which it does.
You'll never see that because the degree of curvature that you're looking at right now would be only apparent if you were thousands of miles away, more so than the actual diameter of the Earth.
But any video or picture that purports to show the Earth being flat because it's not far enough away is proof the Earth is flat, right? That's your standard of evidence, guys, isn't it? JC Twitchy says, LSD stream at 300 likes. No, LSD stream at fucking $500 of super chats. Random dude on the internet says, Craig, can you ask this girl my question when you debate her? I wanted you to ask what control and profit the entire world's government gain from lying about the universe's nature. I would ask her that, absolutely. Rubiks says, how about a game? Take a shot or a bong hit every time she says something stupid. I don't want to die. I don't think you can overdose with cannabis, but that would be a way to fucking test that theory, right? I'm going to have a bong, though.
But see, people believe this. They look at this and they go, look, this is proof we live on a ball. But what you're seeing is a flat plane between you and the horizon, and also for thousands of miles in all directions. There is no curvature. But the indoctrinated mind, the eyes cannot see what the indoctrinated mind refuses to accept. You were taught from birth that you live on a ball, so you believe this when you look at it. And you think that photos can't be faked for some reason in a world where everything is fake.
Yeah, I mean, AI can pretty much fake anything and make anything that you want. 100%. JC Twitchy says they're chipping 200 subs if I do a LSD stream. Like I said, if in the next 9 minutes I get 500, £500 worth of super chats, then I'll do an LSD stream. I'll take drugs for money. No, I'm joking. That would never fucking happen. I'm not taking LSD.
You need to understand the difference between proof and evidence. You need to understand what a torus field is.
Or we could just ask for any evidence that the Earth is flat. Evidence that isn't, retarded. Because let's face it, when I ask you for evidence, you say something retarded. And why is that? Carrie, it's because... Come close now. It's because, Carrie, you're retarded. JC Twitchy says, I'll fly out and trips at you. My wife would not be happy. Hey, love, so I was doing the stream last night and, so I've got to take LSD and do a next stream. What do you mean you go into your father-in-law's for the week?
And a flat accretion disk, and what the Holy Grail actually meant, what it was actually talking about. But people will continue to see a flat plane, a perfectly flat horizon. Horizon means horizontal line. A horizontal line. And it does not mean a curved line. It does not mean the edge of something. It means horizontal.
No, it doesn't. Horizon does not mean horizontal. That is just false. I don't know who told you that. Well, I do. It's probably Eric Dubay. But it's wrong. It's just a factually incorrect thing to say.
So you look at this and you will continually believe you're looking at a ball because you were indoctrinated, which means you're brainwashed. You have been hypnotized.
Says the Eric Dubay Jeranism fan. Jeranism pre his brain being reinserted. JC Twitchy is desperate to make me take some drugs. They're saying that they will chip in $1,000, fly out and trips it, and my wife calls the shots. Really, I don't think YouTube will appreciate that. I'm really positive that getting high as balls on illegal drugs and doing a live stream is not covered under the YouTube terms of service. Now, I know I smoke cannabis a lot, but I don't get high. That's a painkiller. And I'm going to let you guys know I'm in an immense amount of pain today. I've been struggling with my knee a lot. Oh my God, my appointment's all coming up.
This is the true flat earth model. You can
Satire for those who know I'm not joking, entertainment for the clueless. I'm Carrie Key, this is Apothecary. Rico White is a great...
Well, she doesn't know what those words mean. I can't. That one was too cringe. We can't cover that one. Pardon me.
So I noticed that TikTok has the STEM now that's all about science. It's basically bullshit being fed to the masses.
Says the woman feeding bullshit to the masses constantly.
To keep them brainwashed into thinking this old paradigm of, well, first of all, the globe and space. It's about pushing the space culture on as many people as they can, which is all bullshit. There's nowhere to go. Everywhere you go, there you are. The awakening is not about going somewhere in space, somewhere beyond this world. The earth is the earth. It's expansive. We're contained within a certain area. We're on a flat plane.
We're not, though. If we were, you could measure the flatness. If the earth were flat, the way to tell would be water. You could measure water and see if the water was flat. But that doesn't happen, because when you do measurements, you find out that it diverges from flat. And if it diverges from flat, it must be curved. You fucking idiot. Right, guys, we have 3 minutes and 50 seconds to get 23 super chats to hit the goal, and I have to do another 100 push-ups. Thank God I set that so fucking high.
And it's really scary how many people just still don't understand that. They don't even bother to research it, to understand the science of a toroidal field, of the fact that if the universe is on a flat plane, and a galaxy is on a flat plane, and the solar system is on a flat plane, they can't grasp that the ground they're walking on is also within a flat plane, the same flat plane. You know, I'm not here to get into a debate about flat Earth. I've done that billions of times, and
I don't think you've ever debated flat Earth. I want to debate you about flat Earth. I'm figuring out how to do all the live stuff, and I will be going live on TikTok debating flat Earth.
If people really cared enough, they would actually do their own research. They wouldn't argue with me on TikTok in 2 sentences in a comment. You know, that's stupid. I'm just saying TikTok is so monopolized and controlled, and they're not going to let people speak much longer about the truth. So I just say
I don't think they care about people talking about flat Earth. It's just morons. And you will watch each other's moronic videos and make TikTok some money. So they're happy to let you sit there with your moronic, idiotic nonsense that you spout. Guys, we are going to be finishing the stream after this video. I struggle with chronic pain all the time, and I'm really struggling today. So it's not quite 4 hours, but we've had a lot of fun tonight.
you better do what you can right now to learn the truth. Do it now, because pretty soon you will no longer have access to the truth. What is important is that you realize your sovereign soul And you are not a digit in a computer. You are not created by aliens. You're an organic source, spirit being having a temporary experience of a material body. And that's it. And when you go, and you will go fast, this is not a very long experience here. People, when they're young, they think it is, but it's not. It's like that. And it's gone.
It is really fucking quick. I mean, I swear the days are passing quicker every fucking time. Tim Davidson for $5 says, good news, we can save your snake, but it'll never walk again. Aww. Wait. My snake?
So don't waste your time, you know, worrying about whether or not you're going to be a superhuman or any of those things. Yeah, you can have superhuman abilities. Sure, that's a possibility. But you have that anyway on the other side of this reality. There's nothing really worth fighting for, dying for, being upset about in this world, in this lifetime. That's enlightenment. And that's what being enlightened is really about. Not this fake woke culture who thinks being woke means that you know some people have been corrupt in government. Pfft, no shit. That's not what it means to be enlightened.
Lady, you're the least enlightened person in the world. You look light right now because you're outside, and I can actually see how wrinkled your face is now, rather than living inside in the dull light. And you're just so stupid. It's impossible to take anything that you say seriously. You look ridiculous. You sound ridiculous. You are fucking ridiculous. Debate me live, you horrendous liar.
Is knowing that everything is illusion. It's temporary. And you are eternal spirit. So I noticed that.
Wow, you know what? We have watched a lot of her stupid tonight, but that is the limit, I think. I want to thank you all for being here tonight. It's been an absolutely fantastic stream. Absolutely incredible. You are the best audience that I could ever ask for, and I appreciate every single one of you. And I love you. I love you. Gary, sit down. You know I'm not fucking talking about you. You know what you did. From the bottom of my heart, thank you very much. Sumi Side for $2 says, have you enjoyed your Borg duck yet? I haven't opened it. It's still there. I am talking to Amazon about getting the actual thing. They don't seem to understand what's happened. They're asking for my order number for the vibrator, and I'm gonna have to speak to an actual person. So you know, right. So we are trying to do the TikTok thing as well. So if you could do me a little favor, if you have a TikTok account, then head there right now and follow this account as Rubiks and I grow this account and try and take over TikTok so we can do debates and stuff against the Flerfs that are here. The link is in the chat right now. Rubiks is spamming it. Thank you. I'll let you have water tomorrow. So yeah, if you've got a TikTok, go and follow us. If you don't have TikTok, yeah, I just randomly, it said post a picture, so I posted that. If you don't have a TikTok, make one and go and follow this. Amazing stream. I'm in pain, so I'm going to leave and go to bed and cry a little. But that's what I do. In the meantime, let me ask you a quick question. Can we pretend that airplanes in the night sky are like shooting stars? I'll take that, Twitchy. I've got guns for days.
Can we pretend that airplanes in the night sky are like shooting stars? Should be wishing for a brain right now, brain right now, brain right now.
morning. These words come with a storm warning. Better batten down the hatches, grab some matches and brace yourself for a long day of misery. YouTube has given me the power to reach up into the sky and show you all that we live on the ball. I bring you science that's comprehensible. Your view is indefensible. You're reprehensible. When I was young, I never thought I would be here to see this. A pile of random nonsense dressed up as bullshit. Your ignorance will be the death of us all, like running head first full speed into a wall. You could always read a book, buy a telescope, set it up and take a photo of the moon, or just be a buffoon. I send you in a balloon onto the stratosphere on page 3.
You're a few fries short of a happy meal. You're dumber than a box of hair. The wheel's spinning but the hamster's dead, and you're as smart as bait. You forgot to pay your brain bill. You're missing a few buttons on the remote control. 24 cents short of a quarter. You're surfing in Nebraska. You're as bright as Alaska in December, and you fell out of your family tree. You don't have all the cornflakes in one box. You got an IQ of 2 and it takes 3 to grunt. The elevator doesn't go all the way up, and there's a vacancy on the top floor. Your antenna doesn't pick up all the channels. You're several nuts short of a
You're Mr.
fruitcake.
Sensible, calm down, don't go too hard. You don't need to ask the burying Flerfs in your backyard. You're a man of science, poise and grace. Mage 2 did everything to wipe the grins off the face. So Nathan, get away from those kids. The world is not flat and it doesn't have a lid. Recognize the differences between the textbook and the Bible and control yourself. Lay off your slander and your lies. You're a bunch of knobs poisoning the well of the youth, spreading lies that you like to claim as knowledge and truth. Stop spreading fresh bullshit like the butter on your bread. Maybe your musical assault will knock some sense into your head. I hope one day you'll hear these lyrics and smile, and you realise you used to be a 40-year-old child. Now it's time to wake up, open your eyes and see, and acknowledge the existence of.
You're a few clowns short of a circus. Your phone is off the hook. Your sewing machine is out of thread. You're on foam and no beer. You don't have all your dogs on one leash. An intellect rivaled only by garden tools. There's no grain in your silo, and your skylight leaks a little. Your belt doesn't go through all the loops. You couldn't pour water out of a boot without instructions on the heel. Your slinky's kinked, and you're proof that evolution can work in reverse. A few feathers short of a whole duck, one fruit loop short of a full bowl.
Airplanes in the night sky are like shooting stars. Should be wishing for a brain right now, brain right now, brain right now. Can we pretend that airplanes in the night sky are like shooting stars? Should be wishing for a brain right now, brain right now, brain right now.
You thought it was over? Well, I'm still standing while you're swinging, flinging feces, talking shit just like the human centipede. You've got the mind of a chimp, and I'm here to expedite your shore leave. Cause I'm a seaman, but not the kind I rit up on your mum's gums. I'm the kind that sailed submarines and fired guns. I could float a boat across the ocean with my eyes closed, circumnavigate the globe with a compass and a bag of sausage rolls. Well, all you can do is nibble on your toes. I'll smack you with the hose that you taught a water level, sit and swivel. You nasal gazing muppet, you can stuff it harder than the wallet stuffed by Warren Buffett. And I don't care about your sauces unless you're serving them. And I don't care about your lines unless you're curving them. Now step away from me, you're sucking up my oxygen with the vacuum where your brain should be, you dumb fuck. I pressed the wrong button and it cut it off there. Hey, thank you for watching, guys. I really appreciate it. You being here means the absolute world. I think I just broke my headphones. Wait, hold on one sec. No, I didn't break them. I just pulled out. Just quickly before I go, let me show you something very funny. So the account I've been using is now also blocked by Apothecary. Kerry's obviously watching these streams. So everyone in the chat, say hello to Kerry. In the meantime, I'll be back very soon. I've got a stream with Toon tomorrow, and I'll probably do a wee stream after that myself as well. And then New Year's Eve I'll be spending with the wife. So yeah, thank you all for being here. Thank you for being an amazing audience. I love every single one of you. Not you, Gary. You know what you did. Do me a favor. Remember that stupidity is not a right.